qu'elle était dans un live vidéo tout, moi je trouve que ça allait bien. Ici un autre ex me fait indiquer. Il y a peut-être petit nouveau live. 23h13. Vas-y, on fait un petit peu de BHE en vrai. Non. Ah, c'est pas grave. On va faire du BHE. Je vais mettre le chat. Ça va partir frérot un live jusqu'à 1h15 du mat. Facile. Ouais, match NBA. Hein. Juste quoi. Je parle pas fort parce que c'est moi en train de dormir. Même si j'ai fermé la porte. Je sais pas si je fais un petit peu devant. Ouais. Ah, c'est magnifique. Ça avait beau. Ça va Marseille. Si t'as envie, tu peux me rejoindre. Oh. Ah bon, m'a gâté. Dis-moi si t'es toujours là, Marseille. Ça fait plaisir. Ah, tu revois tes kills. Dommage. Tranquille, pépou, je vais aller de toute façon. Je dormais et j'ai vu la notif. La merde. Ah bah, désolé de t'avoir réveillé. Tu dors aussitôt? Alors, pour moi, c'est pas toi là, parce que plutôt c'est tôt. C'est tard un petit peu. Parce que chez moi là, il est. Viens là, toi. Viens, je vais capturer. Parce que chez moi là, frérot, il est. Attends, je te dis. Il est minuit et quart, c'est bon. Je me suis fait les darned. Attends, mais frérot, t'as 17 ans tranquille. Pourquoi tu fais darned? Dis que je l'ai pas éclaté. Niskeni, elle a pas d'amis. Il est 23h, je sais. Mais chez moi, Bobo, il est. Moi, j'ai une heure de plus, donc. Tu sais que c'était après où je l'ai. Si tu veux voir le match NBA. Bon, moi, c'est voir les matchs NBA, donc. Moi, je suis mort. Ah si, j'imagine qu'il est parti. Bon, on va partir faire la zone wars. Je vais voir si la webcam elle filme bien mes doigts. Mes gros doigts là. Mes gros doigts. C'est Nike. Ton bébé, je t'ai toujours pas mis quand même modé. Hein. Mon dos. Alors. En gros, ça peut faire plaisir. Juste qu'on m'appelle. Ça sert. Tiens, tiens, tiens. Allô?
Oh, Matrix.
Ouais.
T'as vu avant, dans ton ancienne vidéo, on dirait que t'as même pas la même voix.
Ouais, parce que je sais pas.
Ton micro il bug.
Non.
Je sais pas, quand tu fais des vidéos,
Attends, les gars, mon stream il bug ou pas?
c'est bon, je suis là. Je sais pas,
Ouais, il
moi,
bug pas le stream.
pour moi, t'es en stream là?
Ah ouais, tu t'es même pas abonné, c'est le gros rat.
Ouais, c'est vrai, j'ai oublié.
T'inquiète, tu vas partir t'abonner avec
T'inquiète
ça.
après. Hein. T'inquiète après.
Tu m'as dit la même avant mon souhait, pas grave. Ouais, elle est dégueulasse aussi. Hein, quoi? Vas-y,
Attends,
viens faire un petit peu dans ma vaisselle, parce qu'après,
vas-y,
dans 12 minutes, il y a un match NBA. Non,
Vas-y,
non, pas
mets
ça là, mieux. Ah, ça me fait pas tout.
entre
Let's
la box
go!
fight.
Voilà, là ça buguera pas. Alors,
Ok. Vas-y, je reviens.
pour l'instant, moi je mets le match basket. Je suis taronnette. Ne lui dites pas. Faut pas lui dire les gars, faut pas lui dire. Je pense les gars que mon PC fait plus bruit que moi quand je parle. C'est une dinguerie.
Attends, je regarde ton stream.
Moi je suis un stream.
Je te crois pas.
Vas-y, pas vrai, c'est pas. Si ça fait plaisir.
Ah ouais, c'est bon. T'es vraiment stream.
Je comprends rien plus que je me demandais. Hein. Petit.
Des fois, je te crois pas. Je suis pas des gens, des fois, je les crois pas.
Vas-y, viens, ça.
Ça, ah non. Ça. J'ai pris grandeur, arrière bleu. Et
On
prend les mini.
plaisir. Ouais.
Vas-y. Attends. Vas-y,
on est mini là. Saute.
Passe. Vas-y,
laisse tomber.
Rien qu'après ce qui s'est passé. Vas-y. Tu sais, ton live, il est en retard. Hein. Oui. Ouais, je vais me connecter. Je suis trop nulle. T'as peur.
Bah oui, c'est tout le but d'un stream, c'est pour qu'on te stream quoi. Oh, t'étais bien. Tu crois que là, les youtubeurs, leurs streams, ils sont toujours à l'heure?
Bah oui.
Mais pas du tout, t'es un malade toi.
Quand je regarde des streams, oui. Oh, je suis trop nulle, c'est une dinguerie. Vas-y, attends.
C'est une dinguerie.
Tu sais, en boxeur tout à l'heure, tu te rappelles quand je te mettais que des têtes?
On fait la même gros technique de rat.
Ouais, j'attends juste que tu viennes. Après ça, je mets une grosse balle.
Alors qu'en vrai, je t'ai pas de game. Ouais. J'ai dégommé.
Mais on a mis combien d'HP là? Attends.
Je vois des têtes. Allez, ça fait plaisir, vas-y, viens. Content? Faut venir jouer là?
Attends, juste fais un truc. C'est bon, vas-y. C'est bon, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Ça va comme gêner. Ah, le bâtard, il m'a tué. Attends, vite, j'enlève mon micro.
Le mec, il va crier, il va revenir. Il va dire non, t'inquiète, tout va bien. Premier degré. Attends, comment il se transpire, le mec. Il va venir, il va crier dans son micro. Premier degré. Ouais, alors, ça va, alors.
Ouais.
T'as pas un petit peu crié?
Non. Attends.
Il y
a combien de personnes dans ton stream?
Là, il y a moi, toi et encore un mec. Tu peux le voir, toi?
Non. Là, ils viennent commencer en live, ils sont en 3. Grosse tête, toi. Je te rappelle quand il a... Toi, t'as combien d'abonnés dans ta chaîne YouTube, là, que t'as vu?
Moi?
Ouais. 1300. Lui, je sais pas, je crois qu'il en a... Je me rappelle. T'as combien d'abonnés?
128.
108?
128.
128. C'est quoi ton ancien... ta chaîne YouTube, là? Ouais, toi. J'ai oublié. C'est FNZ Rise. La team que t'as créée. Oh, je suis parti aussi, je n'ai pas écouté. Tu sais, mon frère, il a plus d'abonnés que toi.
Ton cœur? Ah, le seul.
Wesh.
J'ai raté 20 coups de
quoi,
pioche.
là? Attends, mais... casse pas. Hop, je pense ça. Vas-y.
Ouais,
Allez.
Nickel. Vas-y.
Tout à l'heure, t'étais trop nul, là, je sais pas ce que t'as. GG.
Ce que tu te manges par contre.
Mais je viens de me connecter.
Ah ouais, les excuses, mais pas dans
Et en plus, je joue manette sur Switch. Et je suis claqué dessus.
Bon, alors là, je t'ai mangé, frérot. Yo, Simon, gamin. Le bot abonné. Gami, je sais pas comment on dit.
Warté, tu t'es rappelé tout à l'heure comment il faisait qu'une Nuchiton? C'est une dinguerie, ouais, je
Tu sais qu'il s'appelle pas Wartail, hein, t'es un malade.
C'est un menteur. C'est un menteur, Warté, on est bien d'accord.
Ouais.
Tais-toi, toi. Attends, 2 secondes, je reviens.
La tête de Wam, il a dit à son baron de la fermer. PTDR. C'est un cocobot. Moi, ce que je me suis mangé. Allez. Vas-y, je vais l'éclater là. Allez. Ah bon, c'était bof. T'en as peur de moi?
Ouais. J'ai raté dès le début. Hein. Putain. j'ai raté ça.
Oh non, je me suis câblé.
Ouais, t'as fait une mauvaise déca... T'as
J'ai
pas
fait
bien
une
fait
décalage.
ton... Ouais. Non, aérobase, matrix 584.
Pourquoi tu dis quoi? Aérobase?
Matrix 584.
C'est qui là-bas dans le fond? C'est ton marron?
C'est mon grand frère. Ah! Oui. Oh!
Oh, l'abus.
Ah! Oh, je suis tombée.
Sérieux?
Non, mais
Ça
je
fait
t'inquiète,
23
je
heures, je suis en train de monter.
Tu regardes quoi là? Ah, j'ai...
Un petit peu débile, on
Attends,
va pas se
attends.
mentir.
Qui, moi? Redis ce que t'as dit?
Ils sont un petit peu débiles tes techniques. On va pas se mentir.
Je t'entends pas. Je comprends pas ce que tu dis en fait.
Ils sont un petit peu débiles tes techniques, on va pas se mentir.
Des fois, oui. Ferme ta bouche, là. Toi, ton niveau là, en fight, je te fume. Vas-y, connecte-toi, Fortnite. Connecte-toi. Mais connecte-toi, t'as peur, hein?
Non, il t'a dit, ils sont débiles, un peu tes techniques.
Allô?
Ouais, ouais. Mais voilà, t'es un bot.
Qui, moi?
Ouais.
Tout à l'heure, j'étais cheaton.
Waouh, Shitan, tu as mis une balle. Tu sais ce que c'est
Non, mais
Shitan? Ça veut dire quoi
tout à l'heure,
Shitan?
là, en box fight, tu te rappelles quand tu faisais que te
Ça veut
cheaton?
dire quoi Shitan?
Je t'ai explosé.
Non, ça veut pas dire
C'est mec.
explosé.
Genre, comme un clip.
Il a dit, on va faire un bot.
Il est meilleur, il est meilleur.
Ouais, qu'est-ce qu'il t'a mis?
Tu regardes, par contre, t'es fan. Hein. T'es un fan. T'es un fan. Hein.
Dis-le qu'il s'abonne.
Je suis en train de jouer de la manette.
Ah, j'ai un fan, ça va le seul.
Ah, mais je fais que de fail. C'est une dinguerie comment je suis nulle là, wesh.
Non, t'es pas saigné, c'est pareil. Yo
Je
Mix,
vais aller manger,
ça va?
là.
Attends, mais y'a des mecs qui regardent la live.
Il y en a combien?
C'est qui Milks? Tu connais?
Non. 3. Quand je commence à m'échauffer, là, ça va aller très vite.
Ah ouais? En plus,
Ouais.
c'est faire con, t'aimes bien.
Ouais, j'arrive! Là, je vais aller grailler.
Comment ça, tu vas créer à cette heure-ci? Il est hyper tard. Ça va et toi? Ouais, c'est
Qu'est-ce
bien.
qu'il est tard?
Bon, il est pas
Il est
tard,
quelle heure,
mais...
là? Il est à peine 23h.
Mais qui mange à 23h, t'as un phase à toi.
Et alors, je monte à 23h, mais t'arrêtes de jouer à quelle heure?
Non, après, je te cale sur un live NBA.
Mais t'arrêtes de jouer à t'arrêtes de jouer à Fortnite à quelle heure?
En vrai, maintenant.
Ah ouais, moi j'arrête vers 5h.
Ah ouais, tu te un bac à toi.
Bah, après, je vais partir au bled, j'aurai plus de coups. Hein.
T'es un mec de la cité, toi. Regarde ce bot, regardez ce bot, regardez ce bot. Et hop, bien plus. Voilà, effectivement, je suis tombée.
Non,
Le coup du bled.
j'avais plus de balles, j'avais plus de balles.
Oh, le coup du bled. T'as l'air malade, toi. Vas-y, c'est un EBF et je t'éclate sur NBA.
Vas-y, dernier, j'ai...
Vas-y, je vais t'éclater vite fait. On va faire un beau clip.
On va voir. Oui. C'est la première fois que je suis autant nul là, en fight.
Non, t'es toujours nul.
Non, non. Si j'étais sûr, c'est ça le pire.
Vas-y, j'ai toi. Vas-y, frérot, on va décaler sur NBA. Attends, il faut que je rentre sur le match quand même. Attends. Allez. Allez. Vas-y, mais c'est pas entré, wesh.
Vas-y, je vais regarder ton live. Ciao.
Purée, mais oui, ça.
Hop. T'inquiète, je vais m'abonner.
Lui a acheté, voilà. Alors. Peut-être qu'on est joué des gars sur le. Ça quitte les youtubeurs. Pas plus de leur en dire au revoir. J'ai pas compris mon ref, explique-toi. 2 secondes. Attends. Là, les gars, je suis au stream direct. Il fait chaud. Alors, sa source. Screen capture. Alors, NBA, voilà. Hop. C'est bon. Là, vous voyez l'écran de NBA. Normalement. Qu'est-ce que je m'en fous de ton AliExpress?
With a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
NBA fans, it's that time of the year. 11 straight days of non-stop NBA Summer League basketball. NBA 2K24 Summer League. Coverage continues 5:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on NBA TV.
Well, Jet, you grew up around the NBA. Your father obviously has a great history in the league. First off, at what point did you even think it was plausible that you could follow in his footsteps and become an NBA player?
Honestly, I would say like sophomore year of high school. I feel like it all started to come together a little bit from a skill standpoint. And, you know, we all set goals, and that was a big one for me.
What was it about your skill set that you saw that you potentially had the skills to transfer to this level?
Just from shooting, I feel like the NBA is just translated into a shooting league. I feel like if I can make a career out of that, that would be good. Then I started to create and help my teammates out.
So you go to Michigan to play for your father with your brother. Clearly you are ready for this, but at the same time, how hard a decision was it to leave him and not play for your father anymore after 1 year?
No, it was tough. You know, my exit meeting was tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. My brother was in there. Yeah, I don't know why my brother was in there now that I think about it. My dad was in there also, and we were just all talking about the season. And then it just came down to the question, like, what do you think? But he wanted to ask me what I wanted to do first. And I said I wanted to leave, and he said, that's the right decision. So once he said that, I was good. But it was obviously very hard to leave, man, because that's my family.
Where was your mom in this decision?
She's like, whatever you want to do. Yeah, honestly, she's just being a mom, but she obviously kind of wanted me to stay a little bit, but she was cool with both.
What's it like to have the Howard last name and know that it means, you know, excellence?
It's a good feeling, honestly. I didn't know much about it when I was younger because I didn't see my dad playing like that. He was always on the end of the bench at the Heat, so I never really understood. But as I got older and started to see like the records he had at Michigan and his NBA career, and I was just like, wow, he actually did something great. So I don't want to mess that up.
How often did you go back and watch his videos, whether it was in college with the Fab Five or in the NBA?
I've been watching that since like 15, 14. My teammates would bring it up to me about the Fab Five.
Donc voilà, je vais faire le truc. Tenez, je vais vous remettre sur Fortnite ensemble.
Mentors, people that you can seek counsel from that have played at this league. So who are some of these people outside of your dad to get advice from?
Honestly, it's just been a lot of Heat organization people. I lived in Miami my whole life, so like my dad would mentor people, and the people that he's mentoring will mentor me now that they're older, like Bam Adebayo, D-Wade, James Johnson. So people like that have been good mentors in my life so far.
How often did you come across Eric Spoelstra or Pat Riley?
Honestly, like every Sunday. Like I would be in the gym working every Sunday with my dad, and Eric would just come in there and be like, well, nobody else is in here working in the Sundays. And like, I just remember that, and it was like they were super welcoming from a young age.
How hard was he on you, your dad?
Very hard, but I needed it.
And what'd you learn the most from him?
The most I learned from him, probably just say don't take nothing for granted. Nothing's given to you.
So now that you're going to transition to the NBA, whose game can you see yourself not equaling, but just mirroring to some degree?
I have shades of people. I have a little Clay in me. I have a little D Book in me, and a little Paul in me, Paul George. So I think those three are some good mirrors for me.
What do you think is going to be most critical for you to show in workouts or even in interviews during this process?
I'll probably say like my ableness to create and show my ball handling. I feel like a lot of people don't understand I can dribble the ball. Also, I feel like my ableness to guard, I think I need to make it more of a conscious effort to do that. So I feel like I have to show that, and I will.
What's it going to be like for you to step on that NBA court for the first time as an NBA player?
Unimaginable. It's going to be a dream. I've had that vision in my head since I was 6. It's going to be wild. I don't even know how to express that.
You blow fuse, boom, the devil cuts loose. Boom, so what's the use? Of falling in love.
Connection. You know it when you see it, because it makes you feel, or think, or act. From the simple to the complex, down the block or across the globe, shot today or decades ago. Our imagery reflects the world as it is and lets us imagine how we want it to be. Make a connection. Move the world.
YouTube TV is more than cable for less than cable. And who doesn't like more? Just ask anyone who loves basketball, and they'll tell you there's no such thing as too much of it. Watch more games at once with Multiview on YouTube TV. YouTube TV, it's more than cable for $600 less than cable. Try it for free.
Come on, let's go! We're not done! I'm feeling myself, yeah. I'm feeling it.
She is feeling it right now.
She unexpected. She's back. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it.
Welcome to the NBA 2K24 Summer League. Back here in Vegas after a fantastic start to day number 6. The Clippers get a victory in a close, hard-fought game of the Memphis Grizzlies as they eventually come out on top 83-74 and improve to 2-1 here in Vegas. We welcome you back to Cox Pavilion as we get set for our second game here over in this arena. No Eagle, 3D Dennis Scott. We've got Nabil Kareem as well, and we've got you all covered for the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks. Again, two teams similar to the first game we had that are hoping to compete for a championship, not just looking to improve upon year to year. No, those are teams that they've got superstars. They know what they want. They know what they need to have. And when you have the Warriors, you think of homegrown talent. Lester Quinones is starting to prove himself as exactly that for the Dubs.
Yeah, no question about it. Being able to play the game the right way and understanding that when you're coming into a franchise with one championship, they're trying to get back there. You have the backcourt already locked in. How do I come in and show the head coach that I can be effective with opportunities? Is it penetrating and creating opportunities for others? Obviously, when I'm wide open, I'm going to knock down jump shots. But that's the thing you have to show on a day-to-day basis, show it here in the Summer League, and hopefully get that invitation to vet camp for more opportunities.
On the other side, the first-round pick, 12th overall, Derek Lively II, is going to be a major factor for Dallas. They need him and Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving to be pick-and-roll partners for the future, and Lively's got a lot of size, a lot of skill, and that hunger to be great.
The biggest thing for Derek Lively, yes, the pick and roll is going to be key, but it's going to be rim protection. That's the one thing Dallas struggled the last couple of years on the defensive end. Guys drive the paint, they get easy baskets. If he can be effective there, because we know Luka and Kyrie willing to share the basketball in the pick and roll action, they're going to look to score. But this young man has to have some type of defensive presence for this team to be successful.
Number 1 in the 2022 ESPN 100 rankings. All defensive team last year, 2 mentioned 3D. That rim protection was legit. He was just a couple blocks off the NCAA lead over the entire country last year. That size is legit, though, and he's still just 19 years old, 7'1", 234. It'll be fun to see him and his athleticism. And quite honestly, he's got a full Caesar salad on his head. That is impressive hair. That's not lettuce. That's a salad.
I'm jealous. My hair won't grow anymore.
I'm jealous. My hair does grow. So we'll start this game out with two teams that are really looking to get a convincing win here at Summer League. They don't necessarily focus on the wins or losses, but it's always nice as an added bonus.
Yeah.
And Dallas coming in 1-1, Golden State 0-2. Lawson, Prosper, Lively, Hardy, and Miles will be the starters for the Mavs. Santos, Quinones, Johnson, Pajemski, and Davis for the Dubs. Just about all set.
It's a Pajemski shooter. He says shooter. He said, I'm a baller that shoots it. I like it. Thanks for correcting me.
I like that.
He corrected me.
I like that a lot, actually.
He says I'm a baller that can shoot. I said, I am well corrected, sir.
That's another bar. That's the second bar we've heard today. First from Jerry West.
There you go.
Mavericks win the tip. Omax Prosper, who had a major slam in transition. Early drive. And the early foul. He draws the contact as he took it right to the rim. Ran into Jace Johnson. Will shoot 2. Olivier Maxence Prosper. I'm going to make sure that's another one. We're going to get that right. He's cool to go Omax. But if you get that real feel, that Montreal feel of Olivier Maxence Prosper.
That was a Prosper move to the back. Free throw line.
As I said, born ready to my right. And he gets the first point on the board of this game. 24th overall pick. Turned 22 just over a week ago. A lot of athleticism, a lot of ability, especially from that mid-range where he really did a lot of his damage in college. But to get to the basket, he had that length and really helped Marquette on the offensive end.
Watching his highlights, first thing that comes to mind, a great feel for our game.
I like it. Davis will be at the controls. Kendrick Davis, the undrafted rookie out of Memphis. One man to look out for is number 15 in blue. That's Guy Santos, who's a second-round pick last year. Warriors are really excited about his development. He put on a lot of muscle this year as well, as Davis can't get it to go. And here comes Dallas running the other way. Jaden Hardy, who has been a summer league star and honestly was a regular season star towards the end of the season last year for Dallas as they were trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, he's one of those guys too. He's trying to graduate and say, I've been here before. I got a nice taste of the regular season, meaningful minutes. Now come out here and dominate the summer league.
Lawson got caught up, deflected to Hardy. Quick trigger, no hesitation, comes up short. And the long rebound goes to Prosper. Dallas, disappointing season last year. They're ready to take another step towards a championship as Hardy was looking for the contact, and instead it's a 5-on-4 the other way. Davis finds the trailer. Johnson, fake handoff, now shovel it. Pajemski, he is dangerous from the outside, but he can do that as well. Johnson looked to follow it up, taps it to himself. Second chance now, 10 to shoot. Oh, great move inside, and the spin goes through. Lester Quinones showing off. Here's something interesting. Derek Lively wearing number 2 right now for Dallas. Think about who wore number 2 there last year. That would be Kyrie Irving, who's switching back to number 11 for the Mavs. Yeah, Dave Freed coming with a little breaking news. And speaking of, Mike Miles Jr. out of TCU showing off his long-range stroke.
He's getting off of Uncle Drew, going back to Kyrie.
I like that. Right? I like that. Yes. Does that mean our man Reggie Miller's going to be back around playing again as Santos banks one in from downtown?
Well, we did say the bank's open all day in Vegas.
That's true. That's true. We got Reggie Miller and Shaq. We're both outstanding in the movie.
There you go.
Lawson, a little too strong. Rebound cleared by Santos. Here comes Quinones the other way. The trailer, Santos, the pump, the cross. Look at the skill from the Brazilian, and Quinones can't finish it off. Johnson fighting hard inside. So a little bit different than what we had on the coaching side as the lob goes a little bit too high and out of the reach of Lawson. From the first game, we had 2 former players. This one, we've got 1 former player who embodies what it means to be a great role player and know your role and play your role. The block on one end, the 3 on the other, pure. Mike Miles Jr. from downtown.
Yeah, on one end you say get that shot out of here, and you throw the ball ahead, big time 3-ball transition.
Jared Dudley, the head coach of this Maverick Summer League roster, as Santos kicks it out for Davis on the attack, gets the bump, comes up short and will shoot 2. Jared Dudley with a long career. So take another look at that last sequence.
Good hustle back by Hardy. Get that shot out of here. You get the rebound, you throw the ball ahead, then you get the big time 3 right here, trailer, knocks it down. Rhythm 3-point shot.
But Jared Dudley joined the Mavericks coaching staff after he retired, a 14-year NBA career, and to me embodies what it means to know your role and star in your role. He's someone who made $61 million just by doing exactly that, and was known as one of the great locker room guys around the NBA, which paid dividends to that 2020 Lakers title run. And then on the other side, you've got Jacob Rubin, who is only 31 years old and has worked his way up from a video room guy all the way to this role now as an assistant with Steve Kerr. Steve believes in him, and he really embodies what it means to be a Warrior, that homegrown talent, not just with their players, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, but their coaching staff and their front office with Mike Dunleavy now taking over for Bob Myers as the head of basketball operations.
Well, the opportunities come in so many different ways as an ex-player or someone that's willing to show their worth with the franchise. So that's big time to see both of those young men get this opportunity. And like you said earlier with Jared Dudley, I haven't found one guy yet to say he wasn't a great teammate playing with him.
Literally has a 100% approval rating, which is impossible to do.
And what we both know about this is, Noah, that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be what your role is being one of those guys, a locker room guy. He can knock down open shots, great teammate, and now he's showing that he can make that positive transition to be a coach.
You got a foul away from the ball here, and it is going against Omax Prosper.
I always tease all the ex-guys who choose to go be coaches. I said, wait,
you never did it?
You want to be a coach? What? Are you crazy?
You never considered it, though?
No. I considered maybe being the shooting coach for a minute. And they said, well, you got to do all this practice. You got to do this. You got to do this. Nope. Let me stay with NBA TV and TNT. Thank you, NBA.
Oh, and guess what?
We're thankful for it. Thank you very much for a new contract. I'm staying right where I need to be.
As you should, right where you belong. That's what I like to hear. Get it in for Santos. So Santos last year was playing at 205. He's up to 220 pounds of muscle as Quinones can't float it in. Gets his own rebound and stays with it for a third chance. Quinones out of the straitjacket. Santos puts the head down, and that is a foul. Early substitution already for Golden State to get Reggie Perry into the game. A couple years of experience out of Mississippi State. And Derek Lively will pick up his second personal. No, make it his first. Team's third already. Now, you might say, oh, wow, that's a lot, because in a normal game, you only get 5 team fouls before they go into the bonus. Dallas still has 6 team fouls to give before Golden State's going to be shooting the rest of the way. Then, of course, under 2 minutes, you only get that 1 foul to give.
Well, partner, to that question for Derek Lively second, can you handle the physicality of our NBA game? Game's faster, a little stronger. Can you handle that early on and stay out of foul trouble? Otherwise, that will be something that the Mavericks may say we may have to have another big body to back him up.
7'1", 234. So he's got some size, but you'd imagine that they're going to want to put a little bit more, maybe get him to 250 plus. Think about some of the bigs you're going up against, whether it be the Joker, Joel Embiid, some of the big bodies, even guys like a Jonas Valanciunas, Ivica Zubac. Those are big bodies you have to deal with. 100%. 100%. First time out on the floor here in Cox Pavilion. 9-8 early lead for the Dubs.
Everything looks so good.
Right? I'm hearing the new Google Pixel is really great. And it comes with AT&T's best deals on all of them.
This one looks nice.
That's a house favorite. And it's served with your choice of plans. Thank you.
There's got to be a catch.
No catch. And no trade-in required either.
Oh.
How do you know all this?
I come here a lot. Love the service.
At AT&T, new and existing customers can choose any Google Pixel with your choice of plans and always get our best deal.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
So much to care for in your life. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
When your child starts getting into everything, you may need a little help. So Duracell created the only lithium coin batteries with a bitter coating to help discourage swallowing.
Welcome back to Vegas. You know, Brandon Pajemski has been filling up the stat sheet here at Summer League. Almost had a triple-double the other day against New Orleans. However, the one place he is struggling is shooting, and that's frustrating for a guy who shot 44% from 3 last season at Santa Clara. Seth Cooper, one of the coaches for Golden State here at Summer League, pulled him aside the other day and said, hey, Steph Curry shot 32% back in 2009 in Summer League. It'll come for you too. Just keep on working, young kid.
I mean, that is, to have some reassurance, that's a next level of reassurance. Not just to say, hey, he did it, but to say, no, we saw him do it, and then we saw him come right back to his normal form. That's got to be a confidence booster for a guy like Pajemski.
Well, I think Pajemski was just putting too much pressure on himself early on. That's why I told the story of, I called him a shooter. He goes, no, I'm a baller, not just a shooter. So guess what? Continue to show us you're not just a shooter. You're not shooting the ball particularly well. Nabil talked about the triple-double. That's a good swing right there. You're a basketball player. The shot of comes.
The little dish inside, the shovel. Oh, Santos the cut, 5 to shoot, had it stripped, couldn't get it back, and it rolls out of bounds with 0.9 on the clock. It'll stay with Golden State. They now have Yuri Collins in the game, along with Perry, Pajemski, Quinones, and Santos. On the other side, Lawson, Lively, Hardy, and Miles stay out there. And now Braxton Key will check into the game for the first time.
Oh, a deep one. Oh, it falls. I mean, shot clock check, excuse me. Not heat check yet. I'm sorry.
I'll have to make sure he got it off, but it looked pretty good. That's a quick trigger, and Perry showing off his own NBA experience. That goes a long way here in Summer League. One of the most experienced players we expected to see in this game. Chris Silva will not play. He'll sit out, give way for some more opportunity. But let's take another look right here. Look at this thing.
Well, look how far Derek Lively, the second so far. He said, come on, Perry, you got to prove that to me first. He said, shot clock.
0.9's a long time to catch and shoot. We know it. We've seen
enough.
100%. We've seen less. Saw Damian Lillard win a series like that. Open three. Key can't hit. Rebound swallowed up. Pajemski's had double-digit rebounds the last 2 games. And for a guard at 6'4", 204, that's something he actually did very well at Santa Clara as well. Averaged 9 rebounds per game.
He's not afraid to get in there and mix it up, showing his toughness.
Off the screen, Pajemski on the drive, Sullivan inside, extra feed, Collins, pump fake, step back, 3-ball, short. Slow start to this game for both teams who've got plenty of firepower. Great feed inside, and Key is fouled. Braxton Key, the national champ out of Virginia, is going to get 2 free throws.
Warriors foul for 12, Ricky Perry. He's first.
That's the other part with Jared Dudley. So let's think about all the teams he played for. He played for Charlotte, Phoenix twice, the Clippers, the Bucks, the Wizards, the Nets, and then the Lakers to finish his career. Think of some of the guys he played with, especially LeBron James and Anthony Davis at the end. Some of the Steve Nash in the prime of his career when he's winning MVPs. Played for Charlotte early. Played for Lob City Clippers. Like, think of some of the names he had around him. All that knowledge he got to soak up, being that great teammate. And now he can spread that to his youth experience here at the NBA level. It's got to be thrilling for some of these guys to then be able to ask him, hey, what did Steve Nash, what did LeBron do in this moment? What did Steve Nash do in this moment? What did Chris Paul do in this moment? That's got to be invaluable information.
Or when a guy chooses not to listen, he said, okay. Well, last guy didn't listen. He's probably out the NBA. I played with this guy, and this is what I learned by being around this guy. Being a professional, making an extra pass, being on time. All those things you're talking about is why Jared Dudley's in that situation, because he's been there, done that.
And he and Jason Kidd with a good relationship dating back to Dudley's time with the Lakers at the end of his career, with Jay Kidd as one of the lead assistants for Frank Vogel, and came over with him.
And that's why I give guys like Jared a lot of credit to be able to play so many years, but then have the understanding how to articulate what he's been through. And now guys be able to understand it and then go out there and implement it.
But the part that I think people struggle with is that they don't understand that Jared Dudley was the man all the way through college. Pretty much everybody who's in the NBA was the man of their team at every level up until this point. That's what makes guys like a Patrick Beverley or a Draymond Green or a Jared Dudley who can stick around for a long time and have really outstanding careers so special, because Jared Dudley was the ACC Player of the Year at Boston College. ACC, where you've got Duke, North Carolina, Georgia Tech.
Yep.
Got great teams lined up and down that conference, and he was the guy that everybody chose as the best player when he was there. And Patrick Beverley averaged nearly 40 points per game in high school.
Yeah, people don't understand that.
It's a different level, and once you can figure that out, the sooner you can start to really make your niche and make your way in this league. Slight delay here with 3:53 remaining in this opening quarter. Golden State has opened up this quick lead, and it's been Guy Santos who has been the catalyst with 7 of his own. And this one going the other way. Summer League action continues tonight in Las Vegas on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Knicks and Magic at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the Lakers and Celtics round out the night number 6 at Thomas and Mack Center here in Las Vegas. So much still to be determined as seeding comes into play. You see which teams can really take off. The Mavericks still alive at 1-1. The Warriors already 0-2 are likely out of contention, but they know what it means to compete. And you've got a young up-and-coming coach in Jacob Rubin on the sideline. Guy Santos, a guy who they put a lot of stock into as a second-round pick last year. You've got guys who can legitimately make the roster. And while we're not going to see Trace Jackson Davis today with a hamstring, he's likely to play tomorrow in their final game of Summer League with a mild hamstring injury. Guys like Brandon Pajemski, who good chance that he could see some minutes this year at some point for the Warriors. Step back is short. Lester Quinones, we talked about his opportunity with the Dubs. And after losing Dante DiVincenzo, there's certainly openings. Oh, look out. Lively, there's that rim protection.
That's it.
And it's not college coach, but the man who recruited him has just walked into the building. Coach Mike Krzyzewski.
Coach K, the ambassador or the consultant for the NBA now.
That's right. That's right. You can feel the energy the second he just steps 1 foot in here. Look out in transition. Get upstairs in a hurry. Taze Moore with a left-handed flush. Bounce it inside for Santos, had it knocked away and picked up. Here come the Mavs the other way. Walker in transition, finds the trailer. It's Hardy for three, short. Just under 3 to play in the first for Pajemski. Let's see how he gets involved. So a little quiet to this point. Pajemski on the pick and roll with Perry. Hooks it back outside. Collins, bounce it. Perry, mid-range. Perfect.
Perry's saying, wait a minute. If they're going to give me this much breathing room, I'm going to keep letting it fly.
Perry showing off what he's learned at the NBA level. Corner three falls a little off for Braxton Key. Collins finds the trailing Pajemski, deep one. And the struggles continue for now. At some point, you know he's going to start knocking them through. You can't shoot 44% in college, and then it doesn't translate to this level. I love what Neville said about Steph Curry, and you know that this kid's got a ton of confidence in his game. Key slithers inside and banks it home. Both teams struggling from the floor. Dallas just at 31%. Golden State at 26%. It'll be interesting to see how the Mavericks look to start this season. You feel like Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving are going to be on a mission to prove that last year was a fluke. And if anything, they could start very quickly with those guys a little bit ticked off still about how last season finished. Oh, look out. Jaden Hardy takes a tough fall, and it leads us to a timeout on the floor. Takes an extra second to get back up, helped up by his big man and fellow guard. And Golden State clinging to a 1-point lead early.
And what if I need a different kind of plan?
State Farm can help you find the right coverage.
What if I was a different kind of baller?
It's called Mark's Cubans. Cuban sandwiches by Mark Cuban. You'd have a majority stake. This is proprietary toasting technology.
It's a pass.
Okay, hear me out. Mark Tubans. Tube socks by yours truly.
Nope.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ethan, the world's coming after you.
Go to plan B. Okay, great. What is that?
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, rated PG-13.
Could we have been somebody else if we'd taken a right turn instead of a left? Or if we'd taken the place with the hot tub? Or the one uptown? We went downtown. Could we be fabulous or fantabulous? Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
The NBA app? Oh, you know what's happening.
Oh, my goodness.
Getting caught up on every move in real time? It's happening. Getting a breakdown on what's happening now and next. Yup, that's happening. Amazing original content.
Camera's all right there.
Behind the scenes, behind the backs, pre-game fits, and all the action in between, all personalized just for you. It's all happening in the NBA app.
Back here in Vegas, we alluded to this before the break, but Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, it was a small sample size at the end of the season. Doncic missed the first couple of games with injury that Irving did play, but these were the numbers. They were 5-11 when they both played, 0-3 when Luka was the only one playing, 3-1 when Kyrie was the only one playing, and 2-3 when both of them were out. It's going to be interesting to see how they play to start this season. I feel like that's the barometer, because if they start out quick, things could continue up in that correct path. But if it doesn't start out, if it's slow again, that's when questions are going to start to be asked. That's when answers are going to be begged for by just the fan base or the overall community of the NBA. You know how talented those two guys are. And it really comes down to, as you would say, 3D, some of the others to get it done.
No question about it. My colleague Shaq, he loves that word. Others. Yep. How well does Derek Lively play? How well does Maxi Kleber play? Is Tim Hardaway getting off to a great start, shooting the basketball from outside? He creates the spacing so Kyrie and Luka can drive the basketball.
They made two big moves this offseason. One of them, Grant Williams, sign and trade to get him, and then sign him on a 4-year contract. And the second one was to bring Seth Curry into the fold to basically replace Reggie Bullock. And Seth Curry, it almost feels like, has become one of the more underrated players in the NBA. He's a guy who can go out there, can come off the bench, he can get hot in a blink of an eye. He adds a whole different element to their team that maybe they didn't have last year.
Well, he also proved that he can bring the ball up the court. Speaking of Seth, that guy right there, Coach K, said, I let you go to Liberty for 2 years and I had to bring you back to finish up your career.
And he was great there.
Yes, he was.
How about all the titles sitting just next to each other right there?
Oh, man, that's a lot of rings over there. Bling, bling, and bling, bling, and more bling, bling.
Steve Kerr, 9 NBA titles. Coach K, 5 NCAA titles, 3 Olympic gold medals.
Man,
that's a lot.
A lot of hardware.
Well, I'll be curious. I think Seth Curry, Grant Williams, you add them into the fold. You get a guy like Lively in there. If Lively can be the guy that they expect he's legitimately capable of being as a pick-and-roll partner, as a rim protector, that completely changes the complexion of the team.
He has to be. If Dallas wants to go far, oh, there you go.
Ooh, that's blinding.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, sir. But I think we all would agree those bigs have to play at a high level night in and night out to complement what Kyrie and Luka are going to bring to the table.
Randolph to the free throw line. Brandon Randolph, undrafted back in 2019 out of Arizona. Just 2 years there with the Wildcats. Scored in double figures last year 30 times in the G League. So he's more than capable as a scoring option. Quinones lets it fly. Too strong. Rebound up in the air. Oh, impressive by Craig Sword to track it. And a second chance now for Quinones. 2 for 1 gone. 6 to shoot. Quinones, the drive, the dish. Quick trigger. Davis gonna have to let it go. Did he get it off in time? It does go down. Look close. And they'll probably look it over at the end of the quarter. Allows for Dallas to hold for 1 with Walker. 5 seconds left. Walker off the screen. Walker, step back 3. Butter! Quinones comes up short. And Walker's 3 ball will give the Mavs a 2-point cushion as we head to the second on NBA TV.
Look, Steph, I got an instant online offer on my car from CarMax in under 2 minutes.
Well, I got an instanter offer on my car, even faster.
Instanter? That's not a thing.
It is.
Not even a word.
Introducing new Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, it's different.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel
better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
All right, welcome back to Vegas alongside Guy Santos. You had a really fast start in that first quarter. What were you trying to take advantage of?
I'm a player, type of player that I don't need the ball to play. So I see they are committed too much in the helps, so they are giving me space to play to drive without the ball. So when I cut this and I got the ball inside the pen, it's way easier to make the plays, like throw the ball outside for wide open shots.
You said you gained about 15 pounds since last year of muscle. How has that really helped your game?
Helped my game a lot because now I can bump the guys. I can when the guys bump me, I can still imbalance and finish or find the passes. So my game is way easier with this 15 pounds more on me.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
And thank you, Nabil. Keith Santos, an interesting prospect. Meanwhile, during that last break in between the quarters, they did wipe off that bucket from Kendrick Davis. It was a little bit late as they reviewed it. So a 4-point lead now for Dallas as Quinones can't cut it, gets his own rebound. Look at the way he just navigates through traffic. A bit of a wild delivery there. But
good job, he fouled his shot.
100%.
But the last one, the little air ball, reverse layup.
Again, listen, it's on me. I'm taking the blame for all the air balls, any of them. I never closed the window in here. It's still my fault. Davis trying to get his numbers back. Dave Freed's very upset. He says no windows in Vegas. You don't open windows in Las Vegas. He's probably right.
There's only a few places that have balconies. All the rest of them don't have balconies. Good point, Dave. There's only a few establishments.
So this was where you see right there, still in his right hand. And so the rookie out of Memphis will not have that bucket count. Dallas will have the basketball. Walker will set the table. Into the game, Marcus Bingham Jr. Randolph floats it short. Rebound tapped around. Hot potato. Oh, nice save by Perry. And here comes Quinones the other way. Finds the trailing Perry. Oh, great feed inside, just a little bit behind his intended target as he was looking for the cutting Gabe Kalsher. So we talked about Dallas on one side. The other side for Golden State, I mean, you know you're the standard when if you don't win a title every single year, it becomes a disappointment.
Yes.
And last year, despite going 44-38, despite beating the Sacramento Kings in 7 games in the first round in what was one of the best series of the entire NBA playoffs, you lose in the second round to the Lakers, and they go home and feel like there were things that they could improve. So the roster gets a little bit different. Jordan Poole on the way out, Chris Paul on the way in, and now Steve Kerr has a completely different look for what he's going to be working with. You've got no more Dante DiVincenzo, who's off to New York. You've got Chris Paul in there. Now Moses Moody maybe sees more minutes. Gary Payton II, Jonathan Kuminga, those guys see more minutes. You've got Kevon Looney. How do you play him? Do you take him off the bench now and just go small ball with Draymond Green to start the games? Who goes to the bench? Is Chris Paul going to be a sixth man for them? It's going to be fascinating to watch the chess pieces that Steve Kerr moves around this season.
Yeah, big time point for me is Looney. I thought you got to have another big body to put it along with him. Ooh,
tough fall.
Yeah, small ball's okay at times, but we saw when it was time to go win a championship, we saw what the Denver Nuggets did by keeping big bodies on the floor.
So Golden State did bring in Dario Saric. He's somebody who had, at one point in his career, was really showing an ability to be a starting caliber big.
Yep.
Dealt with some injuries.
Yes, and
has taken a slight step back. But last year proved he can still play at this level. He can still go out there and give you production. The question becomes, how much can they play him? What type of minutes is he capable of giving you? And how do you weigh the difference of having him on the floor versus a Draymond Green as a small ball 5?
Well, I think as time wears on, hopefully his body holds up. As Myers Jr.'s knocked down a big 3. If he can prove his body can hold up, I can see him and Draymond playing together.
Largest lead of the game here for Dallas. Quinones the great feed on the pocket pass. And Reggie Perry of vendetta against the rim. Perry with 7 points in 7 minutes off the bench on 3 of 3 shooting. Quinones struggling from the floor, but trying to find his teammate, play some good defense. He's 1 for 10. Davis, the trailer Perry. Handoff Quinones. Can he get going here? Oh, he does. The mid-range is pure.
Well, I love Perry's patience. He just finished the play. Nice little dribble handoff. Rolls to the basket. Defense miscommunicates. Knocks down the shot. Quinones.
And a turnover, and Perry's foul. The undercut there from Bingham. And it's going back to the Doves. Perry just getting it done now on both ends of the floor defensively and then really attacking the rim on the offensive end.
Yeah, perfect right there. Good screen without fouling. Gets the easy basket. And now right here, not forcing it, giving the drop-off pass, and Santos knocks it down.
Quinones now with 5 points. Santos still helping to power the way. He's got a team-high 7 along with Perry. Game high goes to Mike Miles Jr., who's 3 for 3, all of them from downtown. He's got 10 points. Mavericks by 2. A couple minutes into the second. Quinones fighting through, and he's bumped on the outside by Hardy. That's the marquee matchup we've been looking for. And at one point does Jaden Hardy really start to catch fire. He had 13 points in the 4th quarter a couple days ago in their win over Philadelphia, 111-103. All part of his 24, and a 4th quarter in which the Mavericks outscored Philly 37-14.
I think Hardy understands that this is the show for him to really show he's ready to graduate to that next level.
There's a good look at Jacob Rubin on the sideline. 9 years now with the Warriors for Rubin. Away from the play foul, puts the Dubs at the free throw line. And Mikhail Yontanen puts it through. There is Coach Rubin. When he first got there with the Warriors, he was literally the guy. He was so young, still out, just 22 years old. Oh, great feed, and Yontanen with a finish. Davis with a vision. 7-0 Golden State run. But when Jacob Rubin got there, he was 22 years old. He showed up and he said, "Who needs lunch? Whatever anybody needs, I'm your guy." And he's running out, he's getting people lunch, he's doing whatever he can. Steve Kerr recognized his work ethic was serious. He really wanted to be a part of this organization. He really wanted to showcase his basketball knowledge. And he's just worked his way up one step at a time, each step of the way over the last 9 years to eventually get to this point as an assistant coach, as a development coach, head video coordinator the last 3 seasons, and now as the head coach of this Summer League roster. When he got the call from Steve Kerr, he was astounded. He couldn't believe it. And so now he's just trying to make the most of his opportunity.
You know what we call that? Show and prove.
Yes.
You show up on time, do what you're supposed to, say what you say you're going to do, and it shows up for you. And you get that big phone call, dream comes true.
Nice finish, soft touch there from Quinones. Did you buy lunch as a rookie? What was your rookie hazing like?
Oh man, rookie hazing back in the day, I was playing commercial, remember, back in 1990. So those first couple of years, I was playing commercial. So you go through the airport, right? And everyone's in line to get food. You say, "Hey, Rook, wait to the end of the line." "Okay, well, I'll wait, no problem." Then you get in, "Oh, he got the bill." You look at the bill, $434 for what? How much food you eat? Well, you just paid for the whole team. Oh, that was my rookie haze.
They got 55 burgers, 55 fries, 155 milkshakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. That's funny, man. It is funny to see now when these guys get like their Dora the Explorer backpacks on or whatever else. It's
well, they
so
got a saying. They got a saying in front of everybody.
So different, you know.
And of course, you know, Shaq was my rookie, so I made Shaq carry all my bags. So he's like, "I ain't carrying no bag." Hey, if you don't carry no bags, I'm telling the Player Association, "Oh, I'll carry some bags. I ain't carrying the whole team. I'm just carrying your bags."
You know what? That's if Shaq can get hazed, that means anybody can get it.
And the reason he took it like a man because he couldn't wait the next year to get people. Oh my goodness!
Well, we've heard some of the legendary stories.
Boy.
Teron
I can't tell some of these stories.
I was about to say, Teron Lue's told some stories on some podcasts that have gone very viral.
The safest one to tell is back in the day when Flexall was heavy. You know.
Oh sure.
Right. So there was a couple rookies who would come in, they would put flex on their socks, they'd come in, put their shoes on, be late for practice, and they'd be standing there like, why are my feet so high? Well, my feet are so high. Oh, I'm sorry, Shaq put some flex on your socks. So that's a safe one to share. That's a safe.
That's very safe. That was very PG for our audience, which we appreciate here on NBA TV. Nice tip there from Perry. And the Warriors in transition. Knocked out of bounds will stay with Golden State. Nice hands on the other end by Brandon Randolph.
Il se prend une balle dans ses écrans.
Well, Shaq would say today, man up. You have icy hot in your socks.
By the way, that just got knocked right into the hands of Michael Finley. I think he can still play right now.
Oh, no
he looks good.
Oh, Finn? Oh, yeah, Finn gets it done, Dave. One of my favorite teammates ever.
I really want to know how Dave Freed just immediately has it ready that he's 93rd all-time in NBA scoring.
Oh.
Just right off the bat. How many points, Dave?
He's got his notes ready.
17,306.
Oh, my goodness.
He could score that ball, man.
What?
Back in the day, he could score that ball.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Efficient. Not a whole lot of dribbles. Super athlete.
That's a tough cover every single night. Back and forth, here we go. 26 apiece with 5:47 to play in the second.
You blow fuse, blow, the devil cuts loose. Boom, so what's the use? Of falling in love.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
I think we got in the house.
I think you're right. Stay away from my family! Why are you so strong? At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
You want me to get the spray stuff?
Get the spray stuff.
Where is it? He's up here!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
My basketball journey began in elementary school. For me, the game of basketball has had as profound an impact on my life as anything, because I truly don't know where I would be and what I would do had I not had the opportunity to bounce that ball.
Greg Anthony with an open three.
And doing television, working at NBA TV, it literally takes you back to being a rookie again, where it's new, it's fun, it's fresh, and it's exciting.
Welcome back to Vegas, NBA 2K24 Summer League, joined by a very special guest. That's the president and the GM. That's the double deuce. That's what we like to call it. Nico Harrison, Dallas Mavericks, starting your third season upcoming here in the front office. I got to ask now that you're about to be 3 years removed. You stop getting all those Nike requests now? People stop asking you for shoes all the time?
No, I still do.
Oh, okay, so that's still it's all 3D, right?
I still do.
Yeah, you still get those calls from 3D. You're like, man, another bucket hat. Come on, man. No, it's a pleasure to have you. We appreciate you joining us here, and a great offseason for you guys. We were just talking about it. Obviously, re-signing Kyrie Irving seemed like priority number one, but just kind of take us through the order of operations to get Kyrie in there, Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and everybody, Dante Exum. We could go down a long list because the team looks great, the roster looks great, but just the order of operations for you guys this summer.
Yeah, you know, the main thing was starting off with Kyrie. Everything starts and stops, you know, with him. Obviously, we wanted to pair him with Luka, and we think that combination is really going to work. And once we got that deal done, then it was filling out the roster, and we feel good about it.
And Nico, how tough is that? Because we always say when they get the superstars done, you can get that. But as Shaq like to say, the others, putting the right pieces around those guys, because those are the guys that complement those stars to go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the others, as you call them, they're just as important as the stars. You know, and last year, when you look at our roster, we didn't combine the roster to have a Kyrie. Now we know we have a Kyrie. Now we can put the pieces around that fit with Kyrie and Luka, and we didn't have that, you know, at the middle of the season.
So I mentioned Dante Exum. He and Rashawn Holmes are two guys I want to hit on because they're two very interesting pieces. They're guys that at one point in their career were looked at as these potential stars in the making. You had Dante, who was a lottery pick. You had Rashawn, who had really come into his own in Sacramento. What'd you see in both of them you feel like they can really add as a dimension to your team?
Well, I think when you look at Dante, one, he's a point guard, and he went back to Europe, and he got better.
Got his confidence back.
He got his confidence back. He got healthy, and he got better. And you look at a guy who can play point, but also can guard 1 through 3. So now he can complement our big two.
Sure.
So I just think having a guy like that off the bench who is a veteran, who has his swag back, I think he's a good addition. And then Rashawn Holmes, he's, as he tells me, he's been in jail for a couple of years. So we'll see what that looks like when you let him out.
No, I like that because, being in Sacramento, playing behind young stars, he's looking for a new opportunity.
Yeah.
Derek Lively, 12th overall pick. You guys trade back a couple of slots, eventually get him, land him, and bring him into the fold. 3D was talking about his rim protection. His potential as a pick-and-roll partner with both Luka and Kyrie, it seems special. And obviously we see the physical tools. But what have you seen already now, getting him in the building, getting him through some workouts? What stood out to you during the draft process? What has been the reason that Derek Lively is going to turn into the stud you hope he is?
Well, the biggest thing is length and athleticism and defense and rim protection, which is all the things that we need. But if you watch him out here today, he really talks on defense.
Yeah.
And for the way we run our defense, our big man really catalyzes the defense. So him talking makes it easy for the guards to know what the reads are. And you got a guy that just naturally is a talker. It just adds to what we're doing on defense.
What young people don't understand that. You try to get the young kids to understand that back line of defense is just as important as the on-ball defense. So having a guy like that, being able to orchestrate the defense in the back end, very similar to what Draymond does for Golden State.
Hey, 3D, we had Teron Lue sit with us in the first game, and Memphis did not score while he was sitting with us. Right. It's currently a 9-0 Dallas run. So I don't know what we're doing over here, Nico, but you might just need to stick with us at this point. Something's going right. Something's going very, very right. Luka Doncic obviously is the head of snake for you guys. Always will be as long as he's there, and the hope is that he's there for a long, long, long time, a Dirk Nowitzki type feel. But how have you seen him take a little bit more of that responsibility, being a leader, of getting guys together, of understanding what it takes to take this team to the next level?
Well, I think he's 24 years old.
It's crazy.
So his leadership is developing right in front of our eyes.
Sure.
And when you look at pictures of him now, you see how he's been working out as soon as the season's been over with. So I really think you're going to see the best of Luka.
He also got engaged last week. That's
nice.
A little maturity right there.
Nice.
That's a major maturity. Congratulations to Luka Doncic. Engaged on July 7th. This is Dave Freed again. Dave Freed getting the job done. On 7/7, he gets engaged, wearing number 77, of course. Yeah, I like what he did there.
Coincidence.
Coincidence is just coincidence with a C. So I like what he did there, no doubt. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves and what he's capable of. Obviously, J. Kidd in the fold as well. It just feels like the coming together of this roster. We mentioned your one rookie. Let's get to the other one. Omax Prosper, who had an insane dunk the other day in you guys' game against, who was that at this point? I'm losing track. Philly. He had a fantastic slam in transition. What do you like about him on draft day, and what do you feel like he can bring to the team as well?
Same. When I talk about Lively, I can talk about Omax. Sure. Length, defense, athleticism, talks on defense, loves it. Brings the energy, all the stuff that we need.
Are you going Olivier Maxence, or is it Omax only?
It's Omax to me.
As long as he appreciates it.
That's smart.
As long as he appreciates it.
That's smart.
Well, your team has continued to build their lead here. We appreciate you for coming on with us. Best of luck this season.
Thanks, guys.
Best of luck in the future.
Hey, man,
Nico Harrison.
I need them shoes, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Once we can get those codes, we'll be good to go. Appreciate you, man. Looked like it was going to be break. We're staying here.
Oh, okay.
A technical free throw coming here for Pajemski. And maybe that can help him get a little bit of the rhythm. So Hardy looks like he was called for the flopping penalty. This is the brand new rule, 3D, we've been talking about. I know you do.
Getting rid of this flopping, man. Play some tough defense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's enough aggression on our game that you don't need to flop.
Well, Jaden Hardy's another guy that you guys had brought in, and we're talking about a high-level prospect out of high school, dipped in the draft. You guys steal him in the second round. We saw what he's capable of last year. How's he taking another step forward in his game?
He's really matured and developed, and you look at his body. He's been spending a lot of time in the weight room, and he's a bad boy.
Bad boy. I remember having one of your games early in the season on NBA TV, and he was a little discouraged. I remember talking to him and his father. I said, young fella, Listen to the coaching staff. That's your salvation. Then he got a couple moments out there in the season, and he showed he deserved to be here.
Well, Nico, we had a great pump fake. It's actually time to say goodbye now. We'll see if the run can continue. We'll send our good vibes over to you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nico.
When it comes to your health, there's one thing that is essential.
Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide.
Superbeats is a leading nitric oxide supplement for blood pressure and energy support.
I don't know of any other compound in the body that has such far-ranging effects.
Just 1 teaspoon of Superbeats crystals gives you the nitric oxide functional benefit of 40 teaspoons of fresh beetroot. As you age, your nitric oxide levels go down, but our clinically studied plant-based formula supports increased nitric oxide production, healthy blood pressure, heart-healthy energy and stamina, and supports healthy circulation and blood flow.
There are other products out there, but nothing close that stands on the science that Superbeats does.
The power of nitric oxide is essential to a healthy body, so choose Superbeats Black Cherry and Original Apple to support your body's nitric oxide production, healthy blood pressure, and heart health. Find out how to get a free 30-day supply plus free shipping at shopsuperbeats.com.
There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Original, never compromise. Nobody can mess with my copyright. Make it look easy, you don't have to try that. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Welcome back to the NBA 2K24 Summer League here in Vegas. Second game of the day in Cox Pavilion. Fans continue to enjoy the light show a la Travis Scott everywhere. You saw that MSG sphere, right?
Oh my goodness.
How crazy is that?
It's technology on top of technology.
It's wild. I've never seen anything like it in my life as Lively snares the board and Dallas running the other way. Davis couldn't get it to go, and now here comes Walker as the point guard off the bench. 2.5 to play, first half. Mavericks had opened up a little bit of a lead as large as 9, currently at 6. Get it to the corner. Here comes Prosper. Tough fadeaway. Oh, the follow! Derek Lively goes upstairs.
That was nice.
Yes, it was.
It was nice.
But that's exactly what Nico was just talking about. They need him to just, his basketball IQ has to be high as Santos spins it in. The follows, rebounding, defense. We're seeing him talk. We're seeing him communicate. Good screen setting. Roll hard to the basket. Good things are going to happen.
Well, the way Kyrie and Luka like to share the ball in the pick and roll action, if he lives around the rim, he has a great opportunity to be a double-double guy all season long.
Nice stick back from A.J. Lawson. Quickly, Quinones the other way. Can't get it to go. Hardy with a rebound. Numbers if they hurry. Quinones late to recover a 5-on-4. Hardy, the drive, the dish. Oh, he got caught in the corner and taken away. Davis on the steal. But Jamski was right behind him, and they turn it right back to Dallas. Here comes Walker. Finds the trailing Lively. Swing it, Hardy. See if he can go to work, get a little bit of rhythm before halftime. Hardy is fouled by Santos. So Santos will pick it up. Hardy will shoot 2. Derek Lively the second. This is what he's capable of.
In the lane like you're supposed to be, big fella. Nice putback.
Nobody really put a body on him.
No, nobody. Perfect bounce for you.
So Lively now with 4 points, 6 boards, 2 blocks in 13 minutes. Dallas led by Miles, still with 10. And now it's Hardy looking to add to his 6 points. Jaden Hardy could really be an X factor for this Dallas team. I know you mentioned guys like Kleba, guys like Powell. We know Grant Williams, as we talked about. We know they brought in Rashawn Holmes and Seth Curry. But the way Jaden Hardy played at the end of the regular season, if he's capable of doing that throughout an entire 82 games, it just unlocks what this team is capable of doing as Keith Santos shows off his sweet Brazilian stroke.
But to your point, partner, Luka misses a few games from time to time. Kyrie's been known to miss some games. So if Hardy's ready to play, his opportunity will come.
Hardy can't respond there. Davis the rebound. Up ahead, wide open. Quinones with the easy flush.
Great job by Davis keeping his head up by advancing the basketball without dribbling. Big time pass.
Just like that, Golden State has gotten it back to a 2-possession game. They had a foul to give there with 34 seconds remaining.
No dribble by Davis. Catches the rebound, keeps his head up. Easy basketball late here in the quarter.
So Quinones now 4 of 15. He's got up 15 shots. That's what you want out of a guy that you're trying to prove and see what he can do. Meanwhile, I was incorrect. Golden State was in the penalty, so 2 free throws for Hardy, which he's also struggling. Both these teams still shooting a low percentage from the floor. Dallas at 35%, Golden State at 30%. And a combined 14 turnovers in this first half. Hardy perfect on a pair. Timeout called by Golden State. Summer League head coach Jacob Rubin will step aside and see if the Warriors can trim this even closer before the end of the first half.
Look, Steph, I got an instant online offer on my car from CarMax in under 2 minutes.
Well, I got an instanter offer on my car, even faster.
Instanter? That's not a thing.
It is.
Not even a word.
When your child starts getting into everything, you may need a little help. So Duracell created the only lithium coin batteries with a bitter coating to help discourage swallowing.
Eli Manning, welcome to the fine life.
Doesn't get any better than this. Be a shame if it rained, though, and that's why I brought these. Boop, boop, boop. See? Now they're protected.
These are very cute.
I'm also loving these dinky umbrellas. Wait, Andy, what's wrong? I'm not sad. It's just really validating to hear such positivity, you know?
Wow, that's real.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna drink this now.
It was your idea to bring the umbrella.
Yeah, I didn't think it through.
Oh, we say it, it shall appear. There's the MSG sphere. It is. It's truly unbelievable. We're staying right over there, so we can generally see it right from the window at night. That thing is special. And speaking of special, Mike Miles Jr. out of TCU has looked that way so far today.
Well, he's shooting the ball, doing what he does best, not forcing too many things. And what I like with the hot hand guys, his teammates see the hot hand, little dribble handoff right there, and making sure he gets quality shots. I like what I see so far.
We talked about the importance of going to a program if you're going to go to college that's going to get you better. And Jamie Dixon is one of the best coaches, one of the most underrated coaches in the country. Back to his time at Pitt, now at his alma mater of TCU. He's done great work there. And Mike Miles, 3 years underneath him, really got an education for the game. Santos put that one a little low for Perry out of the timeout, and now shot clock turned off means Dallas can hold for one and try to extend this lead heading into the break. They've got Prosper back on the floor with Lawson, Lively, Hardy, and Walker against Santos, Quinones, Podziemski, Davis, and Perry. Hardy will take his time. He's got 9 points in 16 minutes of action. 10 to work with against Quinones. Screen from Lawson. Hardy on the attack with 7. Hardy gets doubled. Leave it. 3 ball from Lawson. Short. Rebound up for grabs. Perry flings it. Too late for Quinones, who after the buzzer couldn't even knock down that logo 3 ball. So Dallas builds up a 9-point lead. They keep the stiff arm on Golden State down the stretch in this first half. That's a 2-possession game after 2, 42-36. Mike Miles Jr. leading the way with 10 for the Mavs as they control this one at the break.
Connection. You know it when you see it, because it makes you feel, or think, or act. From the simple to the complex, down the block or across the globe, shot today or decades ago. Our imagery reflects the world as it is and lets us imagine how we want it to be. Make a connection. Move the world.
Give me a hot pink Cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a Kettle One soda.
with a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
What did I say about using my Old Spice dry spray?
I need long-lasting freshness.
Baby D, we all family. Your lavender is our lavender. Remember when we used to steal his Old Spice body lotion? Used to.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead. Don't hesitate. Take that first step and call now.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back here in Vegas, 42-36. Dallas leading Golden State behind 10 points from Mike Miles Jr. Glad to have you back here at Cox Pavilion as well. No Eagle, 3D Dennis Scott. We've got Nabil Kareem and Dave Freed behind me as well. So we've got a good crew rolling. Oh, yep, Dave just recognized he's on camera. So we're ready to go. We're having a good time here today. We've hit on some of these rule changes already, but really like to go a little bit more in depth because we've already seen them in action today. First one, the Coach's Challenge. You get a second one if you're successful. The second one, the anti-flopping, which we just saw from Jaden Hardy. I know that you're a fan of both of these, but you can play devil's advocate as well. So give me both sides of what you see for each of these coming into next season.
Well, I like the Coach's Challenge because I think you have to reward the coaches for getting it right, because early in the ball game you see a lot of coaches around the NBA a little more hesitant to use that rule because it may be, hey, I want to save this for late game situation because it may be a game changer. Or early in the game, my superstar player may have gotten a foul. Well, I don't want to use it. Well, guess what? Now you can just save that foul for your superstar. So now late in the game, you still are rewarded for getting that call right. And secondly, for the flopping, come on, guys. We've been around the NBA long enough. This game is a physical game. Guys are playing hard. You don't need to flop. Just play good, solid defense. We've seen guys be out of control. No need to flop because you will get an easy foul if you're playing good defense.
No doubt. There is an art to flopping, I would say. There are some that would absolutely argue that. There are some around the NBA who feel like they've perfected it, but now they got to adjust. And it goes back to, I believe it was 2 years ago, if you remember, when they were really trying to avoid the pump fake, lean in, draw the foul intentionally, and they've done a good job. A lot of the players, at least, of adjusting to that rule as well. It feels like the same type of deal.
We're also, too, posting up, partner. You see guys posting up, they're trying to drop their shoulder. Now you can still hold your space, hold your foundation, because that's your ground. Now if the guy runs you over, you don't have to flop. He just ran you over, now you'll get the foul.
Going to be great to see exactly how these two rules come into play this coming season. Officially a part of the NBA rulebook as we head towards the 23-24 season. For now, Dallas leads by 6 as we get set for the second half. Warriors looking to make it a comeback at Cox Pavilion next.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that. Like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done. It's about what you do next.
When your child starts getting into everything, you may need a little help. So Duracell created the only lithium coin batteries with a bitter coating to help discourage
The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions. Gear up with the official collection. Available now at NBAstore.com. Get your commemorative NBA Finals, men's, women's, and kids championship t-shirts and the official hat. The same ones the players wear as they hoist the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy. Plus other unique one-of-a-kind designs. Don't miss out. Shop now. NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. Because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out now and make the most of their limited time summer savings. Scan the code and they'll even give you a free information kit and a free gift card. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Don't wait. Let Bosley show you how awesome your hair could look with a free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code now and ask about Bosley's summer savings.
Welcome back to the NBA 2K24 Summer League here in Vegas. Start of the third quarter between the Mavericks and the Warriors. Our second game on Cox Pavilion. Oh, we at the Paris Hotel right nearby. It feels like we're there. We're essentially there. Do you know any French 3D?
Oui, oui. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm with you. So I know bonjour and oui. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
But what I do know, yeah, that's a good point. Victor Wembanyama. I know
we're going to learn some more of that.
We're going to have to learn a little bit more French. No Eagle 3D, Dennis Scott and Nabil Kareem back with you here on NBA TV. Glad to have you along for the ride. Good first half for both sides. Guy Santos really impressed on the Warriors side of things. And we know that he put on some weight this offseason. I think he's proving exactly how impactful that is.
Well, I like what he said in the interview, the physicality. So that means you're able to get out there and play with confidence, cut to the basket, play through the contact that he talked about, shoot the three, one kissed in nicely. But right here, putting the ball on the floor, that's the contact he was talking about. Noah being able to absorb that now playing with more confidence. Does he show this in vet camp to get some confidence from Steve Kerr to possibly get in the rotation?
You mentioned that they probably need some big bodies. He's 6'8", 220 now, and he's only going to add a little bit more muscle after this. You know, he talked about what the process looked like in order to do it as Hardy on the leak out gets the deuce and extends the Mavericks lead. But he mentioned that he never in his life until last season coming over to this organization, playing with them in the G League, he never lifted after every single game. And last year he lifted hard after every single game, and he had seen that work pay off.
Well, it's a part of the routine that the NBA implemented, I say maybe 20 years ago. Different guys said, wait a minute, after playing a long NBA game, your body gets depleted. You go back in the weight room, kind of recharge a little bit, and helps you have a successful season.
Well, that's another part of the NBA life that as kids are growing up, as they're going through AAU, and now is a little different maybe than in years past as Hardy misfires on that fadeaway in the mid-range. I think that the routine is so vital. You hear players say that buzzword all the time of taking naps at a certain time, eating the right way, preparing the same way every single game, getting there a certain amount of time, amount of hours beforehand. That's vital, and I think Guy Santos is a perfect example of someone who learned it on the fly once he got to this level.
Yeah, he realizes now that helps him to be a better version of himself each night when he plays in the NBA.
What was your go-to routine, especially as a shooter, a sharp shooter the way you were? I would imagine it had to be getting up a lot of shots beforehand. You probably had to get there a certain amount of time before the tip as well.
The two things for me, I always took my nap right after shoot around.
Okay.
I adopted from Reggie Miller. I got to the arena early because I didn't like shooting the rest of my teammates' balls bouncing all over the place. So
who wants that?
Yo, shout out to Tom Sterner, was assistant coach at the time. He would always meet me 3 hours early for the game.
Wow.
No one else is on the court but he and I.
Wow. So vital. We've seen some, if you watch, obviously Steph Curry's warm-ups and his routine.
Now, see, I didn't do all that dribbling stuff.
Dribbling, but that's world famous.
No, I got to save my energy for letting it fly.
I mean, you know, because you've done enough of these games and you've done enough Warriors games to know people show up just to watch it. They're willing to show up hours before tip, the second the doors open, just to see him do his warm-up. And to be quite honest, it's intoxicating.
It is. Just the dribbling part alone. Now, the shooting part, I love that part because it's very similar to stuff I used to do.
I can imagine.
People are like, oh, I was shoot back there. I said, we didn't have social media back then.
Oh, look out. A.J. Lawson on the chase down. Warriors keep it. Quinones on the drive. Had it knocked out of bounds. And Davis finally helped up by his teammates after an extended time on the ground. A.J. Lawson.
Ooh. Good block. Oh, don't step on him after you block the shot, though.
Well, Kendrick Davis is just 6 foot 177. He had A.J. Lawson at 6'6", 185 coming right at him. And a great take, but the finish just rolls off for Quinones. Nice pass up ahead. Miles looking to connect with a streaking Lawson. Gets rid of it. Davis picks it off. Here come the Warriors the other way. No real numbers. Davis finds the trailer. Quinones trying to make his move into the paint. Back outside and a reset for Davis. 12 to shoot. Pajemski against Hardy. Pajemski dumped down. Kick out. Santos. Short. And the fight for the rebound goes to Miles. Dallas the other way quickly. Great feed inside and lively.
Good job by Hardy. Little misdirection pass and strong finish by the big fella.
Largest lead of the game for the Mavs. Johnson, limited minutes in that first half, and it looks like Reggie Perry's going to come in for him quickly again. Davis lets it fly and knocks it down. 7 points now for Davis in that starting point guard slot. 12 for Santos, 9 for Quinones. Prosper, and he draws the foul. Just muscled his way. He was going to force himself to the free throw line.
You look right here, Hardy in transition. Nice little look away pass for Lively. The second for the strong finish. Share the ball a little bit. Davis said, you back off. I'll let it fly. Knocked it down.
So obviously 3D, you mentioned how Shaq was your rook. So you got to see a big man grow. Lively is going to be somebody that he's not #1 overall pick. He's not an all-world talent of Shaquille O'Neal right off the bat. But he's someone that they believe in, someone that this Mavericks team is going to have to trust to help win them some games and hopefully in their minds championships moving forward. What's the biggest thing you felt like you did with Shaq or a Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving is going to have to do to make sure he's the best big man he possibly can be?
I like to say they have to put a battery in his back and say, big fella, we need you, we love you, we want you. Go out there and be who you are.
Yeah.
I'm Kyrie Irving, you already know who I am. I'm Luka Doncic, you already know who I am. But we need you, young fella. We need you to rebound. More importantly, we need you to stay healthy. Yeah. Your best ability is availability on the defensive board. That's a foul right there, but it wasn't an easy possession to the basket. Let your presence be known when guys drive to the hoop.
It's interesting because you say stay healthy. That goes back to that routine we were talking about where it's your diet, it's your workout routine, it's how quickly are you getting on the floor, how are you stretching before and after games, how are you working out after games. And as a young man like Lively, who's just 19 years old, it's something that he's going to have to figure out for himself as he goes along. Summer League action continues tonight in Las Vegas on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. 8 p.m. Eastern, Knicks and Magic, and at 10 p.m. Eastern, Lakers and Celtics on ESPN. But I think that routine is so critical for a 19-year-old coming to the NBA to set those good habits early.
No question about it. Yesterday at RTP, Rookie Transition Program, Ray Allen told that same story. A rookie should never be the last one in the gym, or a 10-year or 15-year-old vet as Hardy gets to the basket for old-fashioned N1. So those type of stories these young men have to understand. You have to be the first one in the gym to make sure you're absorbing all the information you need so you can get off to a great start in your NBA career.
First one in, last one out is generally what you hear all the time.
That's right.
And those with that level of work ethics, they stand out pretty quickly.
Yes, sir.
Remember when Terrence Mann was drafted by the Clippers, and this will lead to a different topic that I think you'll have a good idea and shed some good light on. But 4-year guy out of Florida State, as Perry with the acrobatic finish trims this deficit to 7. I think that people overlook some of those later, those longer college guys who stay 3 or 4 years now because they're a little bit older and they don't feel like they can develop them as much as maybe a 19-year-old like Lively, who of course is a fantastic talent. And now Reggie Perry running the floor like a gazelle with back-to-back buckets.
Good job by Davis. Nice bounce pass. Look, finds the big man soft. Good.
Yeah, Lively with the response.
I like it, Lively. Those are the type plays where Kyrie and Luka will drop off to you. You continue to finish.
Davis on the drive. We'll table that conversation for after the next timeout coming up here, but it will be interesting to see how Derek Lively can develop on both ends of the floor. Quinones feeling himself after the floater. Quinones now in double figures. He's got a dozen. Warriors hanging around. Got it back to within 5. Hardy, pull up, pop, book it.
Yeah, he's been there before. That's a drill move. Get you your baseline. Don't waste your dribble. Rise up, shoot with confidence.
And the foul will go against Lawson, lead us to a timeout on the floor with 5:06 to play in this third quarter. A quarter that's been dominated by Jaden Hardy. He's got 8, and Lively making his presence felt. Dallas leads by 7.
YouTube TV is more than cable for less than cable. And who doesn't like more? Just ask anyone who loves basketball, and they'll tell you. There's no such thing as too much of it. Watch more games at once with Multiview on YouTube TV. YouTube TV, it's more than cable for $600 less than cable. Try it for free.
The sky is the limit for her. She is feeling it right now.
Walked in looking like money. I am the one that they wanted. I'm feeling myself. You already know how we come in with all of the best that run. I'm feeling myself. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Going for the dunk.
Unexpected.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
She's back.
Experience the WNBA on NBA TV.
One of the biggest splashes of the summer. First ballot Hall of Famer, the point god himself. No longer wearing that Phoenix Suns. There's no more PHX on the chest. He is now a member of the Golden State Warriors. You see the accolades and you realize just how big of a deal it is. So let's talk to the man that helped make it all happen. Mike Dunleavy, now the GM of the Golden State Warriors. We appreciate you for hopping on with us for a little bit. Now, we do have to tell you, I don't know if I want to jinx ourselves here, but everybody who has joined us so far, their team has gone an incredible run. So we had Teron Lue in game 1. Well, guess what?
It is a foul.
Guess what? They're going to go to the free throw line. This is what's happening. This is what we do. We bring the vibes.
I'm not holding my breath.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Okay, listen. Bring the vibes. That's all we can do. So, and right on cue, Jared Dudley doesn't like it. He's going to challenge the call. So let's get into it while we wait for the eventual review here. Chris Paul is probably the correct starting point. Jordan Poole out, CP3 in. Just tell me about Chris Paul, what you feel like he brings to the team, obviously the leadership, and how he'll mesh with Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
Yeah, sure. I mean, tough decision for us having a player like Jordan Poole, who, growing up, we drafted him. He's done so much, given us so much, and especially with the championship. And so moving on from him was tough to do, but to be able to get a player of Chris's quality, very hard to find, and a guy that we think fits really well with what we do. Start with the winning. Every program he's gone to, every organization he's made better, and he brings a certain skill set to us in terms of taking care of the ball, leadership, making shots, playing the right way, and we just felt like it was a really good match, and we'll see how it goes.
100%. I mean, I would say that answer was so good that we have to step aside, but we just have to step aside now for a second. So I hope you're willing to stay for just a minute here as we wait for this review, and we'll have more with Mike Dunleavy when we come back on MBTV.
Sounds good.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day even more inviting than the last. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models.
Remember that night you spent in an igloo, sipping on a strawberry shortcake slush float with crunchy sugar crystals? Was that real? Or is that just your brain's summer vacation house? $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Mmm, Sonic.
So much to care for in your life. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
The 4th season of The Steam Room. Man, I can't believe it. Candace.
Hey, guys.
Pedro Martinez. Jamal Crawford. One rule for guests, and that is keep your towel on.
Yeah.
You named your daughter after a mall? Yeah. You're a mess, man.
New episodes of the Steam Room podcast weekly.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back here in Vegas, Quinones goes to the free throw line after the challenge was unsuccessful for Jared Dudley and the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so Mike Dunleavy's still with us, GM of the Golden State Warriors. Gave a fantastic answer on the addition of Chris Paul, but that wasn't the only thing you guys did this offseason. I feel like some of these other moves went somewhat under the radar. Corey Joseph was an outstanding piece to add. Someone who has championship DNA, someone who knows what it takes to win as well. Dario Saric. And then I know it wasn't an offseason addition, but to have Gary Payton II now for a full season almost feels that way. So just take us through some of that, the thought process behind bringing in a guy like Corey, bringing in a guy like Dario, and now having GP2 back full time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think we evaluate how the season went last year, and losing the second round, we felt like there's some things we need to improve on. And obviously, the big news, as you mentioned, was Chris. But from there, it's how do we get better at taking care of the basketball? Get a little bit more solid in the backcourt overall. Corey Joseph, we feel like, does that. And then we wanted to add some front court skill and shooting. And with Dario, he's a guy we kind of called in free agency from day one and pushed and pushed and pushed. And he was great to commit to us. We're excited about having him. We think he complements our roster and his skill set. And then, we got a couple guys in the draft here. Brandon's playing today, and Trace hopefully will play tomorrow. Guys that, they're competitive, they're tough, know how to play, good passers, good rebounders. We just we feel like it fits our style of play, and we're excited about what we've done.
Mike, I know watching last year, I thought you put a lot on Looney being real big when we talk about big ball, small ball. But can you elaborate on the comment you made a few days ago where you're just not bringing in anybody that's 7 foot? You got to play basketball. I personally, as a basketball guy, I love the comment. Some people didn't quite understand it, but it was a big-time comment. You want to put 5 guys on the floor that can play basketball, not just a 7 foot out there with size.
Yeah, look, I would love for Shaq to be available. But he's not, and so, or maybe he doesn't want to
try, right?
Yeah, he doesn't want to play anymore. But yeah, for us and the system that we have, and the way Coach Kerr likes to play, and Steph and Draymond and these guys, we have to put players out there that have a good feel for the game, that have a certain skill level. And look, we'd love for them to be tall and long and athletic, but sometimes having that whole package isn't easy to find, and we can find other ways of doing it. Looney and Draymond and Trace, they're all, I think, what you call undersized bigs, but I mean, man, are they productive and they can really play. So we'll keep looking out there and see what's available. But I think we know our team and what makes our team good.
So you mentioned Trace, and obviously hasn't played in Vegas to this point. Hope is that he'll play tomorrow with the slight hamstring. But the one thing I find fascinating is with college guys who stay for 4 years now, we're talking about a guy who is incredibly productive in so many facets of the game at Indiana, and you guys gave him the guaranteed contract because clearly you believed in what he's capable of for you. Just what's your philosophy on draft day of figuring out just how to weigh it, because you got a guy like Draymond Green who falls to the second round as a 4-year guy and obviously has turned into a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, look, this was a year we went into the draft with just a first-round pick. I would have told you after we made that pick in 19, I thought our night was kind of done. And you see a guy like Trace Jackson Davis, who was high on our board, sliding back, and you start making calls, trying to get in the second round, find a way to get him. And we were able to do that at 57. We love Trace's skill set on both ends, and I really like the way he's improved his passing over his college career, and that's something we really value with our big guys. So we're excited to have him.
How does that change so much where we look at that 18, 19-year-old now, and we give him so much that ceiling. When you look at a guy, oh, wait a minute, he's been in school so long. How much does that change so much as evaluation?
It has, but it's almost shifting back the other way, I think, with the new NIL stuff. Guys, good players are staying in college longer. They're incentivized to do it, which is great for the NBA game. So, you know, I think when you talk about guys in this draft like Jaime Jaquez or Trace Jackson Davis, who we drafted, I think you're going to be able to get some good guys that maybe have been in school 4 or 5 years.
So now let's go back to the first-round pick, Brandon Przemski, who, similar to, it's almost a different sentiment in how he utilized the transfer portal to his advantage, gets himself to a better spot in Santa Clara and lights it up last year in his lone year there. What did you guys see as his ability to add to this team? Obviously a great shooter over there, but how do you feel like he fits, and how can he be mentored now by some of those all-time names you've got at his same spot?
Yeah, we saw a guy, I mean, this is a guy right in our backyard at Santa Clara, and wasn't really on the radar earlier in the season. Like you said, he transferred from Illinois. Not a lot of people knew him, but we went down there and saw him quite a bit and got comfortable with him. And just really his overall game. His floor game's great. Rebounds the ball, makes the right plays, passes it. You mentioned the shooting. He hasn't shot it that well in Summer League, but we're confident that'll come, and he'll make shots. But just a really good decision maker, competitor, toughness, and all things that we really value.
Well, Mike, we promised to run. 7-2 since you sat down.
I might have to stay here all game.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Well, we appreciate you for joining us. Best of luck this season, and congrats again on the new job.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Mike Dunleavy, the run continues.
You don't have to believe in free throw superstition for it to work, because after this many orders on NBA Game Day, your local wing joint believes enough for the both of you. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order. Same order, same time, every game day, which means more tips for your dasher, business for your corner store, and just maybe a superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
You ready to have your mind blown?
We have 999 happy haunts, but there's room for...
Back here in Cox Pavilion, Golden State had brought it all the way even before Omax Prosper knocks through a 3-ball. And now the Warriors looking for the response. Mike Dunleavy was kind enough to join us. Nico Harrison on the other side. So we got fresh perspective on both of these teams, which was really awesome as Guy Santos just continues to attack. Santos having himself another productive day with 12 points and 4 boards. But it's Quinones who has come alive now with 19 for Golden State. And with 2:05 remaining in this third quarter, things have gotten interesting. So that was the conversation I wanted to bring up with you. Was for your guys coming out or guys staying a little bit later. And I thought Mike had that great answer about the NIL stuff. I'd never even taken that into consideration, but he's absolutely right. So you take a guy like a Terrence Mann, you take a guy like a Draymond Green, or a Trace Jackson Davis, who was uber productive in college, and we've seen it even in most recent. Herb Jones falls to the second round. Jalen Brunson falls to the second round. These guys are clearly good enough to be first-round picks, but may have been overlooked because of the age thing, and it looks like Golden State has a chance to capitalize once again, and no better place for Trace Jackson Davis to do it than right here with the Warriors.
Well, partner, you know this. The analytical game now is being looked at as far as 18, 19, 20. Where's your development at? Then you look at 21, 22, 23. Well, oh, big time. Prosper almost on the finish. And now you're saying, well, what is college doing? They're mixing in 18 and 19. Then they go to the transfer portal, bring in a 20, 23-year-old. Then they go try to win a championship, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then those guys who are ultra talented, it's glaring. They're one and done. There's no question they're one and done. So now you have to figure out in your evaluation which guy fits you on draft night to help your team win more ball games.
Well, it's also almost what you need, right? What you need for your specific team. So we look again at the offseason that the Warriors had, re-sign Draymond Green, get Chris Paul, technically from Washington, although by way of Phoenix, Corey Joseph and Saric in there, and then Przemski and Jackson Davis both in the fold as well. And it couldn't have been a better fit, it feels like, for Trace Jackson-Davis and vice versa for the Warriors to get a guy like him, or a Terrence Mann with the Clippers, or Jalen Brunson going to Dallas at the time, or Herb Jones going to New Orleans at the time. They fit the exact role that the team required, and now Quinones can't miss. Nothing but nylon.
Yeah, it's a big-time shot right there. So on draft night, Trace Jackson was very upset, but now he's landing in a situation where there's no pressure. Just go play.
Response falls short from Key, but a foul on the follow. It's going to be on the floor as Prosper was shoved from behind.
And to your point with Herb Jones, you see what New Orleans did. They said, hey, let's go ahead and reward this young man now, a year early.
Golden State once again in the penalty here, under 2 minutes to play, so Prosper will get the 2 free throws regardless. But it's interesting because, to your point, how colleges are building their team. It's like the NBA, right? Where in the NBA now you feel like you need veterans and young guys to compete through an 82-game slate. College, I feel like you need someone that's going to be young but incredibly talented to go with someone who has seen it all and has now gone from maybe one school to the other.
I tell all the young kids, a part of the program, parents who want to listen, what is your path? So I try to tell everybody, did you know who Taylor Hendricks was last year?
Sure.
I mean, oh, no, I didn't. But he did. Went to UCF, had a solid year, number 9th in this past draft. So know your path, know your way, stick to your rhythm.
Swore tries to dump it in and turns it over. Taken away by Key in transition. Walker, shovel, Key, no, but a foul. Perry doesn't like it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing now, is the automatic finger wag around. Just automatic. If a player doesn't like it's quick. It's right at the coach. And now with the extra challenge potentially, we might actually see some listen.
Well, once again, the veteran players who you know that play that good defense, coaches will listen right away. But guys, you can't do it every possession. Because sometimes every time a play goes, you see guys doing a twirl like, no, we can't do it.
So Key will get one more to try to make this a 2-possession game once again. Dallas led by as many as 10. Golden State with a nice run in this third quarter to get it back even. They have not led since the early second quarter when it was 24-23. Davis back in there. He's got the rebound for Golden State after the miss. And it's still a 1-possession game with under a minute to play. Get it in Perry, moved away by Miles. And it's going the other way off the leg of the running Perry. Jacob Rubin. So that's the other part is, again, Golden State is so big on homegrown talent.
Yes,
Second chance for Key. Swing it again. Prosper, short. Perry controls the board, but it's promoting from within. So Mike Dunleavy gets promoted to general manager. You see somebody who has grinded Jacob Rubin for 9 years get an opportunity as the summer league coach. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, homegrown talent. Step back, Quinones, no. Shot clock turned off. Prosper recognizes and will hold for one. Miles still stuck on just 10 points. Got there quickly in the first half. 5 seconds. Miles making his move. Miles forced it. Missed it. And the rebound, Quinones will end the third. Lester Quinones had 13 third quarter points of his 22 to guide the Warriors back in this one. Down by just 3.
Introducing New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to the ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, it's different.
Girl, why don't you change those broken shades you haven't been able to open for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app and find a pro to install new ones. With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
And that's the game.
Frank, Doug, I've heard you guys both talk about losing energy and drive after 40. What did you guys do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T, huh?
Yes, after 40, your natural free testosterone level drops.
And you start to feel sluggish with less energy and drive.
Nugenix boosts your total testosterone levels.
But you feel stronger. The energy and drive that you had when you were younger.
And what about...
Oh, sure look like it too.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text DRUM to 231-231. Nugenix is the unique formula powered by testosterone, a patented key ingredient clinically validated to help increase free testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Nugenix Total T. Try it. It's given me the best stamina, drive, and endurance that I've had in years. Best advice I've ever been given.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text DRUM to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free.
Out there, you have to grind your way to 17 points. How would you assess the way it's being played on the floor?
Like you said, it's a physical game out there, so just, out there playing hard. We're trying to make the right plays, play fast. We're good in transition, so, just trying to get out and run.
Played 48 games with the Mavericks last year. What have you been working on this summer to get more games, more minutes, more impact out there?
Yeah, one of the main areas that I've been focusing on is my playmaking. Being able to make the right reads when I'm coming off the pick and roll, getting into the paint, making the right reads. And then, on defense, trying to challenge myself defensively, knowing where I'm at, supposed to be, knowing personnel, who I'm guarding. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jake.
Yep, no problem.
And now Hardy takes a tough hit to start this fourth quarter, ball directly to the back. Take another look at this. It was a strong drive by Hardy up to 17 points, but he just ran into a wall of Reggie Perry.
Oof. He'll be sore in the morning, boss.
Big time.
Yeah, he'll be in the trainer's room.
Appears to be okay. He's going to take these free throws. By the way, I know we've been hyping up Nabil's hair, but his facial hair is also equally as strong.
One thing we know about Nabil, I told you earlier, as I've gotten to know him now, he lives in the mirror too long.
I don't know. It seems just right. I feel like he's got the perfect touch right now.
Guys, I'm just trying to get a Just for Men sponsorship here, guys.
No, there you go. You got to work it, man.
I don't know.
It's the perfect amount of salt and pepper. You got the perfect amount. So we saw Hardy go to the free throw line there. Nabil, you got more, right?
Yeah, Jaden Hardy's development is a high priority here in Summer League, and the fact that he's not getting any special treatment says something about the Dallas Mavericks and the way they want to approach this thing. In their last game against Philly, Hardy had a terrible first half, according to Jared Dudley. And it wasn't just the poor shooting, it was the execution, it was the body language and the demeanor on the court. Dudley and his staff addressed that at the half. They were pretty blunt with him. And Hardy got the message. He responded, put up 19 points in the second half, helping Dallas to come back and beat the Sixers. So part of the maturity, I guess, guys, of playing in the NBA and playing, more minutes.
No doubt. And 3D, you know just how much, as the offensive interference was called against Lively, you know just how much body language impacts not just you, but everybody around you. And people see it, especially coaches.
Try to share that information with the next generation. That body language is a very key component of having trust from your coaching staff.
Lawson on the takeaway. Lawson on the finish. A.J. Lawson with authority.
Steal in the passing lane and take flight.
That one's going to stay with the Warriors, but man, a swipe and score for A.J. Lawson, the South Carolina product.
I like to say cookies. You get out there and steal it. Now go put a little milk on it, little milk and cookie.
Yeah, the cookies aren't the same without milk.
You got to finish it strong.
Jemski tried to time it the right way, couldn't quite get to it. And Quinones is going to be fouled on the way up. Lawson didn't like it. Nothing he could do there. By the way, Reggie Perry's up to 14 rebounds for Golden State off the bench. He's almost playing the Kevon Looney role right now. He's got 13 points, 14 boards, and 20 minutes of action. Summer League record, Malcolm Thomas had 22 boards back in 2013. 2013, by the way, the year the Warriors won the Vegas Summer League.
I remember.
On the back of Draymond Green. That's right. Running the show. Don't forget to scan the code to pre-order NBA 2K20. 2K24 25th Anniversary Edition for exclusive access to NBA League Pass, 100K virtual currency, and other in-game items. See you on the court. That 2013, 10 years ago, that the Warriors won this Summer League. And they've had some, over the years, some outstanding Summer League performances. Anthony Morrow,
yes, another guy,
still has the Summer League record as Miles finishes plus the contact. 47.
I was going to say 43. I was off by 4.
47. Then Anthony Randolph had 42 for the Warriors. And this one, courtesy of Raymond Ritter of Warriors PR, the legend himself. He told me how a story, Marco Bellinelli, they drafted years ago.
Oh, yeah. Remember that name.
Took a 16-hour flight from Italy or wherever he was to get to Vegas.
Wow.
Didn't even really go to the hotel. May have just dropped his stuff, went straight to the arena and poured in 37.
Oh, that's a true walking bucket, right?
That's right. That's a professional bucket getter. Perry, great extra pass. Pajemski outside. Quinones takes the time and it pays off.
Good extra basketball right there. Give up a great shot for a better shot.
Good point on body language as well. Theo Pinson. We talked about being the best teammate possible. Oh, what a finish. Derek Lively the second. Getting lively here in the fourth.
Another one of those situations where you pick, you stay around the basket, your teammate's unselfish. That's what Kyrie and Luka will be doing all season long when they turn that corner and pick and roll action.
So Theo Pinson's been with the Mavericks the last 2 seasons. Played with Jared Dudley actually in Brooklyn the one year that Dudley was there. And Theo was the leader of the bench mob, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys that is there because he raises the frequency of your locker room. His vibes are outstanding. And he can play too, don't get me wrong. You got to be able to play. But he is on rosters because you know he's going to be a great teammate. And so to play that role, to fill that role, he knows exactly where he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to be doing, and he does it to perfection every single night.
And I appreciate the fact that he understands that and brings it every night.
Lively with that free throw up to 11 points, 8 boards, and Dallas back up to an 8-point cushion. So plenty of time here. Step back, Jack, way short. Pajemski tried to save it and does for Omax Prosper. Up ahead, Miles gets it inside and is fouled on the way up. So after the miss, Kalsher had to come back and just restrict the bucket, make him earn it at the free throw line.
If I may, partner, you talked about back in 13, as Prosper throws the ball ahead, you get an easy play, which I like with young men throwing the ball ahead, but Summer League has grown so much.
Big time.
I remember 13, it was a quiet crowd, might have a few names here and there. Well, this year, with Victor, they say everything is sold out before you get here.
You saw the line. Come on. The line was around.
D'ailleurs, mec, c'est la première fois que tu es le star, tu es mort dans live Fortnite. D'ailleurs, mec, c'est la première fois que tu es le star, tu es mort dans live Fortnite.
I like to say it all the time. What you did in college, does it translate to the NBA? Well, I'll find out in Summer League.
No doubt. No, very well put. And certainly to have this amount of fans, we saw the first game actually all of Cox Pavilion filled up, and now here in the fourth quarter again of this second game, the entirety of this place, almost no empty seats, and a turnover for the Warriors. Dallas looking to put that final step on the throat. Santos goes down, picks up his headband, but it's too late as Prosper takes full advantage, finds the bottom, timeout Golden State, and Jacob Rubin not happy.
Yeah, he's upset. He thought there wasn't enough room on that screen was set in the backcourt by Lively. The referee said no, he had plenty of time.
So the largest lead for Dallas. It's up to 13 with 7:15 to play here in the fourth.
Wendy's is open until midnight or later. So give in to those cravings. Get that Baconator.
Give me one honk if you want a Baconator. Let me get that beat for 6 strips of bacon. Oh, there it is. When I say bacon, you say Ada bacon.
Woo! Let me get a toot on the mega. Okay. Now, when I say... Sorry.
When the craving strikes, go night mode and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Baconator.
We love our house.
It's on a great block, tree-lined streets.
The neighbors are observant.
And we're back at the Sullivan house.
It's lawn day, Sheila, and the leaves are piling up.
Bit of an eyesore.
I'll say.
Dry shave. Interesting technique.
That's going to come back to haunt him. Some people clean while they cook, not these folks.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Saves us a ton. If only they'd bundled the leads. You know, I wouldn't have pegged these two as yogis.
I still don't.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Pacifico is a crisp golden lager, brewed for those who know. It's what's behind a label that matters.
Is a new title really necessary?
Sir, after bestowing the gift of renting ease to millions, a bump is in order.
Okay, let's see.
Master of the rental sphere.
Wow. Oh, is it too much?
Apartments.com. Place to find a place.
Let's look back to what just happened. Look at Keith Santos right there, blindsided by Derek Lively, and then it leads to a wide open look for Omac Prosper.
Yeah, it was a good job by Lively. He had given Santos at least 3 or 4 steps, so that was a legal play.
Very much so. Santos stays in the game, appears to be okay. This is where that extra weight he put on really comes into play. But the turnover's starting to pile up for Golden State. They're up to 15. Only 1 second half turnover for Dallas. That's a clean look, and it goes down. Good looking stroke from Gabe Kalsher. We saw Golden State go on a run in the third quarter. They're more than capable of it, especially if Quinones and Santos and potentially Pajemski get going. Walker, skip it, Prosper, extra, 3 ball, it's good. More from the corner. Second one, Kalsher, you bet.
Unacceptable. He just knocked down one on the other end of the floor. How do you lose him in transition?
So it's back to 10, but now it's going to be the defensive end for Golden State. And this is where, again, situational basketball we talked about in the first game earlier today. How do you handle yourself based on the time and score? As Moore is going to go to the free throw line, fouled hard inside by Jantanen. Taze Moore out of Houston, transfer from Cal State Bakersfield, undrafted last year. And got that smooth look from the corner. Now a chance to add to his 7 points off the bench. Dallas has raised its field goal percentage, now above 40% for the first time in the game. And Golden State still below 35. Braxton Key back in there. Prosper and Lawson will get a breather. Hardy back on the floor as well. So it's going to be Key, Hardy, Lively, as well as Moore and Walker. Taking on Davis, Santos, Perry, Quinones, and Kalsher. Davis, a little shake and bake. Skip it. Kalsher, he's been trigger happy the last couple possessions, and rightfully so. That's why.
He's feeling it. 3 in a row. I like the swagger back on defense. I'm feeling it.
Quick 8 points in the last couple of minutes, keeping Golden State afloat. Walker off the screen. Fades, missed it, rebound Santos. Chance for Golden State. Oh, Davis got caught in traffic. Santos right there. Up ahead, Kalsher, heat check. Short. Perry another rebound, and he missed it, but a foul. His 15th board of the day.
I love the fact that Perry said, you know what? You know, got the hot hand. He saw the missed shot, got right in the position to get that rebound.
15 boards in 21 minutes. That is Kevon Looney for this team. Kevon Looney had 20-plus rebounds twice in that 7-game series against Sacramento. Some of the grittiest, most impressive rebounding performances we saw all of last season, and we know Steve Kerr absolutely loves the kid.
See if Dave's going to find this stat. Kevon Looney, I think, led the league in getting the offensive rebound. Instead of go for a layup, he would find Steph and Clay. That 3 rebound, look, Dave's will be like, how can I find that? I knew I had something for you, Dave. I knew I had something. I knew I'm going to find mess up Dave. I knew it was going to mess Dave on that one.
He just gave you a shrug like Jordan in the final. I don't know.
With all these new stats we come up with, and I don't know where I found it, but they say Kevon he's given up more easy layups, but giving up finding Clay or Steph for 3s. And we see more teams do that now. Unless you got a clear-cut layup, no, get it back out for a 3.
He knows. Oh! Taze Moore. Ridiculous finish
Tough shot from the corner. You say box out on the weak side. And he goes, no, let me go to the top floor and get this one.
See if this was still in the cylinder here.
Let's see. Different angle.
Nope, that's out.
Oh, it's out. He went over and got it and brought it back. Oof, very nice.
He was flying. We just saw a man fly.
Yes, we did.
So Moore now coming alive with 11 points off the bench on 4 of 5 shooting. Scored 13 points in the most recent game against Philadelphia. Santos can't hit. Podziemski back in there, trying to grab the rebound. Instead, it gets tapped over to Walker. Prosper. Oh, he lost his footing and a travel.
He thought he got tripped.
Oh, they did call a foul.
Get a better angle in the replay, you can see.
Caitlin Bunger originally called it a travel, and then Marcy Williams came in and ruled it as a foul. Take another look here. And that's a travel. So, what a perfect time for Jacob Rubin to check out the new rule and see if he can gain himself a second challenge. He will ask for the replay review, and they will go to the monitor in the replay center to ensure they get it right.
The previous foul call is being challenged by Golden State.
Here for Marcy Williams and company when we return.
And what if I want to change my plan? State Farm's here to help. What if I want to change sports?
Newcomer Chris Paul is maintaining a narrow lead in these final meters. But here comes an opponent closing the gap. 1 foot in front of the other. They are battling it out. And Chris Paul edges ahead. Those are the hips of a champion.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When your child starts getting into everything, you may need a little help. So Duracell created the only lithium-coin batteries with a bitter coating to help discourage swallowing.
Give me a hot pink Cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a Kettle with a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
Look, the world is a big place where beauty takes many forms. Stories have many sides, and truth finds its way through the camera's lens. For more than 25 years, we've reflected the world as it is and captured the beauty of what it can be. Our 3 unique brands have one distinct goal: to move the world. Just take a look.
Here's the replay review from the Golden State Challenge. Originally, it was called a foul on the floor against Reggie Perry. Actually, originally it was called a travel. Yes. Then it was overturned to a foul, and it would appear the challenge is unsuccessful. Wow. And this is going to remain a foul. This, I think, and then you can tell me if you agree, I think that was one where they called it a foul on the floor and it was too difficult to overturn it, so they decided to uphold what was called on the floor. Dallas can't capitalize out of the pseudo timeout, and then that's going back to the Mavs. It was knocked off Davis. Great play by Walker to come in like a bullet.
Yeah, Perry has to be careful. You want to get the ball out and get up down the court, but kind of have that vision to see if someone's lurking in the weeds, if you will, for those steals.
So Jordan Walker, nicknamed Jelly, undrafted this year, started his career in college at Seton Hall before going to Tulane, and then finishing his last 2 years at UAB, where he was a superstar. Hardy with 8 to shoot, working on Podziemski, the rookie. Hardy, step back, mid-range. No, rebound. Oh my gosh, Moore is just everywhere. And he's fouled.
Love it. Moore very active on the offensive glass. Going in there with the big fellas.
He's showing off all the bounce, all the bunnies, yes, all the boing-yoing that
yes, that's my favorite. Boing-yoing when the little fella goes in there with the trees.
So Moore back to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 today. He is already one of 5 Mavs in double figures. That was not a broadcaster's jinx.
No.
I refuse to believe that.
No, I don't believe in those broadcaster jinx.
Oh, you don't believe in that?
No, you either can make the shot or you're not.
So I tend to agree.
I am not giving. Hold on, as the ex-player, I'm not giving us all that credit sitting over here. You know how to shoot or you can't.
So I agree with you. You're just one of the very few either current or former players I've ever heard say that.
That's the softest
and
thing.
Admit that.
I actually said it's the softest thing I've ever heard. It's the first quarter, last quarter. Make the darn free throw.
I would love if there was a player's jinx of a broadcaster the other way. I'm ready for it if it is. Perry with the uncontested flush. Back to a 7-point game, just under 4 to play. Still time here for Golden State if they can lock in on this end. And Davis right there. He dropped the foul.
Trying to do the dribble handoff and trying to shield your body if you don't get that position first. I think I agree with the call.
So Jacob Rubin, 31 years old, 9 years with the team.
Right here.
This is a big moment.
Wasn't quite stationary.
So Reggie Perry, by the way, he's going for a triple-double, according to Dave Freed. 16 points, 16 rebounds. He has 8 fouls.
Oh, Hackbox is in the building. He's out there hacking, as we say back in the day. That's a hack.
But hey, he could have a triple-double. He would foul out.
It still counts, right?
He would be only the 6th player ever in Summer League history to foul out.
Okay.
Santos top of the key. Oh, Pajemski just got hit away from the ball. Santos trying to force his way in, and he does to the rim for 2. Five-point game, 3.5 to play. We're in clutch time once again.
Crunch time, baby.
Hardy fades. Missed it. Rebound, Santos. Chance for the Warriors once again. Santos, the cross, the feed. Quinones couldn't catch it cleanly, and it stayed here. Hardy with a good closeout, aggressive to get to him in time, and rightfully so, because Quinones has a game-high 27. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, by the way. Pajemski will inbound. Get it to Perry. Hand it. Quinones thought about it. Put it on the deck. Quinones kick it. 3 ball. Too strong. And Lively brings in the board. Davis got a clean look. Just could not capitalize. And here comes Walker the other way. Under 3 to play. Walker against Davis on the outside. The double cross and move. Walker had it knocked away. Fade from 20. Missed it. Santos goes to the deck. He lost that headband again. They've got to find something to glue to his head.
Well, I like the fact he's in traffic once again. Those 15 pounds he talked about being able to absorb the contact. That's a big-time rebound.
Here it is. Santos right there. And, yep, put to the deck. And then, oh, that could have been off his leg. Could have gone either way. So, still a 2-possession game. Can Pajemski get involved? He's 0 for 7 from the floor. First-round pick out of Santa Clara. And a foul is called away from the ball. Only the 15th foul for Dallas. Again, they are allowed 9 team fouls before the bonus until the final 2 minutes. And here with 2:32 to play, Walker's going to go to the bench, and Mike Miles is going to come back in. Davis inbounds for the Warriors in front of his head coach. Perry at the controls. Quinones off the handoff. Quinones is bumped. That's just showing off right there from Derek Lively.
Showing off at the highest level. Where KG somewhere smiling, say, yes, I started at first. Now guys are using the net and taking it to another level.
My favorite one ever, Allen Iverson after the play. You've seen this one with Dwight Howard. He puts it up. Dwight Howard knocks it away. AI put it to the rafters, and it just drops straight through.
Yep.
Perry on the attack, banging bodies, and he's fouled by Lively.
I like it. I like it a lot, Lively. You did not let Perry just knock you off your foundation. You held it. A good foul. Make Perry go to the free throw line and earn those free throws.
16 points, 16 boards, 8 fouls, and 3 assists for Perry. Just his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the day.
I didn't realize that the stat guy actually put 8 fouls on the board, too.
Oh, they put it up there. They wanted to make sure he knew.
Oh, welcome to Summer League.
has a chance to get this to a one-possession game against all odds after Dallas had a 13-point lead in this fourth quarter. Golden State's last lead was early second when it was 24-23. Perry makes it an 8-0 Warriors run to cut it to 3.
Nickel.
Prosper back on the floor.
On ne veut pas t'abonner. Tu seras à 135e. Ça régale énormément. Ça fait hyper plaisir. Merci si tu le feras. Ah mais t'es un bébé, tu vas le faire, je pense.
Miles, the trigger man. On the floor with Hardy, Lively, Prosper, and Lawson, the starting 5. Perry, the only bench player for the Warriors out there with Davis, Pajemski, Quinones, and Santos. And a little wetness on the ball. That wouldn't impact you, a shooter of your level. Well, you want to know why? Because it was wet every time it went down.
There you go, partner. You got to leave it now. You got to leave it.
It was splash zone. Oh, Miles open.
Good look.
Rebound, short from Lawson, and Pajemski has it. He's got numbers if he hurries. Up ahead for Davis, swing it. Santos in the corner. Short, rebound Perry. And a foul's going to be called. Oh, it's going the other way. It's number 9 on Perry.
Elle arrête de pleurer.
And they're going to review it as a potential flagrant.
Laisse les arrière gagner.
Prosper
took a shot to the
face.
N'oubliez pas de rester à 2 sur la petite.
Perry gets the rebound and turns. Okay, now that better angle. Once again, partner, I don't think it was intentional, but you turn the elbows above the shoulder area, hits him in the nose. I don't think they're going to overturn this.
How big likely is this going to be as a
Il y aura la
potential
boutique, il y aura la
here?
boutique.
Would
Que
give
faut
free
dans les
throwing
pages.
ball for Dallas.
Donc elle a des machines B ou quoi?
Foul call to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Excellent enunciation from Marcy Williams. She projected.
She was right on it.
I was not expecting that level of projection.
Well, when I first saw the call live, I thought Perry did an excellent job getting the rebound and turning to outlet the ball. But the different angle right here, you can see, it's already dry out here in Vegas with the nostril, so that's going to add a little insult to injury.
So Prosper getting worked on, plugging that nose up. The plugging of the nose has to be a brutal way to play.
Oh, it is. It's brutal. I broke my nose twice.
During games.
During games. Being in the wrong. People say, why you shoot so many threes? I said, because I broke my nose too much going in the paint. So I don't want to get my feet dirty anymore. I'm going to stay out here in the deep water.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Ouch, that hurts.
Nothing wrong with just letting it fly from downtown.
Come on, man. Know your limitations.
There you go. That was the 17th rebound and 9th personal foul from Reggie Perry.
Well, Reggie,
what a game.
Had a solid game. Solid game.
18 points, 17 boards, 9 fouls.
Making his free throws as well as a big fella.
I would assume Dave is looking it up right now, but if he does get the 10th, that's got to be the first triple-double with fouls of all time.
It's got to be.
Yeah, that just got the thumbs up.
It's got to be. All right, here we go. Oh, I thought they were ready. When the music went down, I thought it was our cue.
It generally is. Yeah, they quieted Post Malone.
Right.
I was ready for the delivery from the Post men and women that we've got. Marcy Williams, Caitlin Bunger, and Jafar Kinsley are 3 officials for our second game here in Cox Pavilion.
Well, I think the point you made earlier, partner, I think they're conversing about time, situation, make sure they get all correct. Here we go.
After review, the foul on the floor stands as a common foul. Mavericks is shooting 1 free throw for the technical foul, and then we will resume with Mavericks ball at the free throw line extended, 24 on the shot clock.
So that's the deal right there. Is
now should the technical be rescinded for the common foul? They're calling the common foul on the rebound.
They call it common foul on Perry.
So
and you're saying
no. It's no.
I think then it's a technical as well over the top of that because of the physical act. That's generally what happens.
There you go.
Because of the dangerous act, you get that a lot with technical, but it doesn't even matter because Dallas Miles controls. Working on Davis once again. Tight defense from the guard.
Abonnez-vous les gars, abonnez-vous.
Prosper with a clogged up nose. It doesn't matter. He's going to go to the line for 2.
Well, good job being under control on the baseline. Sometimes guys try to do that reverse layup and try something fancy. That time he gathered his dribble, using both feet, going up strong on the other side of the rim.
I have been told Ochai Agbaji last week in Salt Lake City did get 10 fouls.
Really?
So do we count that as now a 6th or 5 Vegas though?
No, let's go with Vegas. That's separate. Let's leave
separate. Salt Lake City separate. Prosper delivers.
Salt Lake City, Vegas, not like Vegas.
What happens in SaltAke City 3D?
We tell everybody.
Exactly. It gets out. That's how it works.
You know why? What'd you do? Oh, nothing. Hung out, went skiing. I was relaxing.
Oh, you didn't take a hike over there? What did you do in Vegas? You turned into a peanut.
Exactly.
Big 2 free throws there from Omax Prosper. So 5-point game. Quinones stuck at 27. Santos had a chance to tie it moments ago. He has 17. Podziemski still with just 1 point. Santos looking. Quinones corner. And he's fouled. Oh, he's holding the right knee. Appears to be okay. As his teammates help him up, he's going to get 3 free throws here.
Great execution by the Warriors for that last play.
And they're going to review this one as well.
Review what? He got fouled.
This one's going to be landing space.
Oh, landing space. Okay.
Landing space review.
All right.
Are we going to go right back to Post Malone, or do you have a guess as to what song they played? Oh. No. Wow.
Oh.
We had Travis Scott instead.
Okay. I like Travis.
Only right after we had Nico Harrison here in the Travis Scott Nike combo. I get it.
Okay.
I get it. It's all synergy here.
I like
That's what it is. I'm waiting for the Marcy Williams projection. Here it comes.
We're going to replays to review for a potential upgrade for a flagrant foul.
I'll be curious to see this replay because I did not see where he got undercut. Our angle didn't really allow us. So let's see here as they slow it down. You'll watch Hardy, who's been aggressive on his closeouts all day. No.
No, he ran past him, kind of, sort of, right?
I think that Quinones just came up a little awkwardly.
There we go. There's a better angle.
He hit him in the leg. He hit him in the leg. But that's not a shooting or landing space.
No, we should be able to speed this one up a little faster.
Honestly, that more than anything seems like knee to knee.
Correct, partner.
Which, don't get me wrong, incredibly painful.
No, it is, but historically, it's normally when you're contesting, the gravity of your body goes into the player and your foot normally comes underneath. This time, Hardy actually went past him and his left leg kind of hit his leg, like right here. See, the left leg hits his right leg as he's trying to get past him. Just as dangerous, but we've seen in the past, normally it's go under the foot, and that's when you see the ankle turning.
Minimum, it's going to be 3 free throws for Quinones.
Yeah, nothing extra. So this one, once again, for our viewers, this is where they're trying to get time on the clock, everything else correct as well as the foul.
Minute 26 to play here at Cox Pavilion. Big free throws incoming. At minimum, Quinones has a chance to not only get his team to within 2, but crack 30 points on the afternoon. He has been a scoring machine to this point so far for this Golden State squad, as Quinones had 26 points against New Orleans in their last game, which was a 94-86 loss. Another low-scoring affair here. They're looking at every angle here. I am curious because this is a little bit, this isn't your normal type of landing space or closeout foul. This is something you don't really see very often. So what is the protocol on this? We're about to find out from our 3 officials as they make sure they get it absolutely correct.
All right, I can be the evil fan once
I would like you to. I would like you to.
Come on, I know you're being evaluated. Can you speed this process up? We want to get it right.
Here it is.
For the regular season, here we go.
After review, the foul has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 for a reckless closeout.
That was what I was curious about. Because it's not that, again, that was not shooting space or landing space. That's reckless. So what they're going to say is that because of how he did his knee or how he turned his leg, essentially, they're going to consider that reckless.
So we're telling players now, when you close out, you have to be under control. Just that simple. So we understand what Hardy was doing. He was trying to contest, which was good, but his momentum took him out the way, and now his left leg hits his right leg, and that's why they make the call. We don't like it, but we're trying to protect our players.
So Quinones will get 2 more free throws. Golden State will keep possession in what should be a fantastic finish, and Cox Pavilion is packed.
And so our fans understand that's for the defender as well.
Right.
So now Hardy has to understand he doesn't want to run past him. Now he runs into the bench, maybe jumps over the bench. Now he puts himself at harm as well.
100%. 100%. There are 54 total fouls in this game, 3D, and 8 reviews.
Wow.
It's been some craziness. Oh, Podziemski gets inside. That's a goal 10. Lively got it off the window, and Podziemski has his first bucket with 1:23 left to make it a 1-point game.
Right on time, little show and go there, fake the dribble handoff, and get all the way to the rim. Big time move.
Now will it be Jaden Hardy time? He took over the other day in the fourth quarter. Hardy in between the paint. Kick it out, Lawson missed the 3 ball. Weak side rebound, and it goes to Santos. A chance for the Warriors to take their first lead since 24-23. A minute to play here at Cox. Podziemski off the double screen on the attack. Kick it out. Davis, the fake, the drive. Santos open, short. Rebound fought for, and Prosper has it. 45 seconds left. Mavs by 1. They'll slow it down. Miles, guarded by Quinones. 10 to shoot. Miles with a switch on Podziemski. 7 to shoot. Miles drives. Miles, oh, what a finish! No timeouts for the Warriors with 27.8 left. They trail by 3 with the basketball here. Davis puts the head down. Kick it. Perry. Hand it. Quinones. 15 seconds left. Podziemski. The pump fake. And the drive. Podziemski. Kick out. Open. Davis for the tie. Bottom. Kendrick Davis. Knocks this game up at 90. Timeout Dallas.
Or you give the Warriors a lot of credit right there, keeping their dribbles alive, and Davis steps into it. Look at that follow through. He's leaving it. Big time money ball to tie it up. We have more basketball. 8.6 left to go. Be right back.
You don't have to believe in free throw superstition for it to work. Because after this many orders on NBA Game Day, your local wing joint believes enough for the both of you. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order. Same order, same time, every game day. Which means more tips for your dasher, business for your corner store, and just maybe a superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Ready up your mind blown?
We have 999 happy haunts, but there's room for more. We could be trapped here forever, which offers you this chilling challenge.
Is anybody else seeing this?
To find a way out.
I can show you, but it will cost you $3.
What? Highway robbery.
Who said that?
Disney's Haunted Mansion, rated PG-13.
The Warriors trailed this game by 13 in the fourth, but thanks to Lester Quinones and his 29 points, they're right back even.
Right back even, but more importantly, guys, that when you find the hot hand, he's done a good job of playing off the dribble, getting to a sweet spot, drawing a kick, the hammer play. That's what you need to do to finish down the stretch here. Can you do the same thing now by getting a stop?
8.6 seconds remaining. 90 apiece. Dallas is going to look for the win here. Hardy's going to take it. 5 seconds left. Hardy off a screen with 3 seconds left. Hardy, step back for the win. No! Overtime in Cox Pavilion. Hardy got a decent look over a double team. That's the guy who wanted the ball in his hand, the hero who can make tough shots, but this one wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, you give the Warriors credit not letting Hardy turn the corner. I thought he should put a little more pressure trying to get downhill. Let's give the Warriors good defense. Now we have extra basketball in Summer League.
How about the two games we've had here in Cox Pavilion? Clippers-Grizzlies comes down to the wire. The Clippers eventually find just enough in the final minutes in the fourth quarter and end the game on a 12-2 run. And now here, Golden State storms all the way back from down 13 in the fourth quarter. A big three ball goes down by Davis, and now we're all knotted up. The new overtime, Elam ending here. They've got a target score. You just add 7 points. The game will end when one of these teams reaches. So we're going to have a game winner of some kind at this point for the overtime of this game. Whoever gets to 97 first will win.
I like it. I was hoping for sudden death.
We used to have some sudden death for, I think, double overtime in Summer League. And those were crazy. What? Those
love sudden death.
Those were like, you remember first round used to be best of 3?
Yep.
Those were crazy series.
Yep.
Stuff went down. So here we are, all even at 90. And it goes back to a conversation we've come back to several times today. What do you do? It's a great experience for these young guys to prove that they understand.
Les gars, malheureusement, bah, le match il est fini. Mato.
Ouais.
J'ai fait 153 vues dans ce live.
T'as terminé le live?
Non, je te le rends live. On fait la boutique. 153 vues. C'est immense.
C'est quoi même? Est-ce que je crie juste pour ça? Ah d'ailleurs t'as rajouté un smiley dans ton pseudo?
Ah ouais. J'ai copié le portail.
Ah.
Mais enfin c'est mieux comme ça je trouve pas. Vas-y. En tout cas la boutique elle pue la merde.
Ouais, y a aucun truc...
stylé. Tout pue.
Ouais. Bah à part peut-être les skins Tron. Ou Tron, ça dépend comment tu le dis, mais on peut pas avoir la pioche tout seul, c'est chiant.
Voilà.
Ah, et par contre, le nouveau pack avec Ruby là, il est incroyable. La nouvelle pioche, j'adore. Le nouveau style plutôt de la pioche. Il y a éventreuse rayée, je ne sais pas comment ça donne, mais elle a l'air d'être trop stylée, je sais pas si je l'achète. Je vais voir la prochaine boutique et de son envoyer être. Ça va peut-être être l'été.
Donc, attends.
Alors 2 minutes les refs, il y a quelqu'un sur ton stream?
Attends.
Mec, il y a quelqu'un sur ton stream?
Ouais.
Qui? Les gars, dites bonjour dans le chat.
Il y a 8 mecs sur mon stream.
Oui, pas.
Tout à l'heure j'en avais 17.
Pas.
Allez le PC, Quentin.
C'est Nike.
T'es mon niveau, c'est Nike. On est dans la boutique. Et on varie bien sûr.
C'est pour ça en fait, mon PC il est nul.
Bien sûr. Le tien il est meilleur.
Bien sûr.
Petite anecdote les gars, Matou il a pas de PC 1 quoi. Alors.
Si j'ai un Mac 2, tu vas te calmer.
Waouh. Quel PC gaming.
Ouais mec, je fais tourner Roblox dessus, t'as vu?
Frérot, mon PC il fait tourner Roblox à 1000 FPS, c'est nul. Hein.
500.
Non mais c'est nul. Avoue que c'est nul.
Éclaté, comme ta vie.
Comment ça mon bœuf?
J'ai dit éclaté comme ta vie, t'es saoul. Oui, je suis aigri aujourd'hui. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Enfin aujourd'hui, ce soir plutôt.
T'as l'air bourré.
Non, j'ai un peu la voix du matin. Ah, t'as vu un Bernard? J'ai même pas remarqué. Sac à dos Bernard. Qui l'achète sérieux? Le sac à dos Bernard.
On va savoir. Attends.
Par contre, mec, je crois que c'est le seul qui est dans la série Bleuvage. Regarde, clique sur lui, regarde sa rareté. Série Bleuvage. Ah ouais, je veux bien le voir là, le Bernard Lermite, bien. Les gars, plus que 27, 26, 25. Je vais pas faire des comptes jusqu'à 0, mais à 10 on fait des comptes, ok Matrix?
Non, là, c'est Morak. Ok les gars, nous voici pour la boutique du 13 juillet, ok? On va attendre avant que je monte la boutique, de liker et de vous abonner, ça régale. Donc, la nouvelle boutique.
Alors, qu'est-ce que ça donne?
Alors, le pack Julie. Alors, on a déjà produit ces plages avec sacoche de plongeon sur sac à dos, skin Julie de plage, je kiffe le skin, rouage prismatique, très sympa, pelle à sable. Pelle à sable, ça a l'air un petit peu tryhard, mais vraiment soft. Serreuse aquatique et des gros vêtements, mais je pense que ça intéresse personne. Après, on a son pack à Brutus, le pack de Julie avec son sac à dos, les pioches, comme on a dit, serreuse aquatique, et Mascaft, on s'en fout. Donc ça, c'est le premier pack. Deuxième pack, on a même la vache, Johnny la vache, avec briques de lait, ok, marteau bovin, c'est très chelou, corbin spélucral, oh, le prénom, corbin
spélucral.
Vas-y, laissez tomber. Récompense, corbeau éploré.
Boutique éclatée un peu.
Hein?
Boutique éclatée un peu.
Comme d'habitude. Sirocco, 6 mètres. Chrono et emblème. Donc voilà comment on a son fil. Alors on a vis. On a limette avec sa carte de tri-quartier. Ouais, c'est la fenêtre. Avec alter coloré. Bizarre. Contrat rotateur. Dab finish. Appel au combat.
Ensuite, il y a tout le pack drone.
Tout le pack drone. Je pense pas que ça intéresse quelqu'un, on va faire quand même. Sac à dos, voilà, très sympa. Ça ressemble plus à une musique qu'autre chose. Avec sac à dos, pioche. Qui joue sa pioche, vraiment, premier degré. Voilà. Ah ouais, avant, en saison 4. Quand le pack vient de sortir. Alors, mettre en assure. Alors, ça, c'est les pages de secours. Le seed, tout le pack seed. Je sais pas tout vous nommer. Pack rubis et opale. On s'en fout les gars, des ZZ, j'aime pas le lire. Ça aussi encore moins, toute sa ligne encore moins. Lui dégueulasse, roi des flamands. Flamand du jardin et Bernard. Bernard
avec quand même plusieurs styles. Hein.
Pack nomade. Ouais, bon, on le connaît tous, en vrai, les packs nomades. Avec ses pioches, revêtements et planeurs. La crème de l'été. En vrai, avant, genre il y a 2 ans, je voulais tellement acheter ce pack. Je trouvais genre vraiment hyper stylé. Pyjama requin, squat dorsal, combi requin, grande dent, bâton requin, requin désert, style requin. En fait, c'est requin et requin. Voilà, on a tout fait. Midas, style d'été avec aussi l'écran de chargement. Et ton skin bateau, cristal plongeuse avec la pioche.
C'est cristal normal.
Téleuse arc-en-ciel. J'aime porte-bonheur et écran de chargement.
Et j'aime porte-bonheur, c'est éclaté comme sac à dos.
De ouf, dégueulasse. On a l'arbre avec son sac à dos mini totem. Avec le pack terre des plages. Je pense qu'on connaît tous. Planche fluo, étoile fluo et bombette.
Celui-là encore, ce pack, je l'aime bien. Il y avait aussi une version qui est en jogging.
Cornet vanille et c'est à pepperoni. C'est pseudo. Alors tout le pack de skin glace, petit cornet, canijou, glace à l'eau, parapluie, sandwich glacé, enrobage, c'est trop bon. Et qui achète de la musique de nos jours, je sais vraiment pas. Des cornets avec son radeau, canijou, la danse, on a tout fait. Et c'est tout. En tout cas, merci pour la vidéo de la boutique du 13 juillet N'oubliez pas de vous abonner et de liker, ça régale. À la prochaine. Voilà.
C'est moi qui m'avais mute.
Non.
Ok. Je sais pas, tu répondais pas. On fait quoi du coup là?
Mais il n'y a plus de match, il n'y a pas de prolongation. Je crois pas. Il y avait une prolongation? Non, je pense pas qu'il y ait de prolongation. Il n'y avait pas de prolongation, hein. Je n'avais pas vu de prolongation en tout cas. Vas-y. Je pense pas aller me coucher hein, parce que je suis fatiguée.
Tu vas te coucher?
Vas-y,
si tu veux. Bonne nuit alors.
Vas-y, bonne nuit. En tout cas, likez-moi si t'as le droit des lives. Ça a régalé énormément. On se capte les gars pour un prochain live. Et merci d'avoir regardé.